All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. We started with a little bit of rave music today, so that was cool.
We sure did, man. We're about to kick it into some EDM mode in just a second.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. It did.
There you go.
Fatboy Slim, that was a good comment. It did sound like the start of a good Fatboy Slim song, didn't it? We need We're gonna need a little dancing on the walls and ceiling. Carlos, can you just check the feed to the chat room? I can't get the screen to function either.
Is that black again? All right. YouTube should be perfectly fine. So we'll do. I'm gonna reset that. It just requires me to. Let me try one thing before we completely have to restart the thing here.
And sometimes you just gotta start
does
it
that,
again.
yeah. Just gotta kick it in a little bit here. Yep, I gotta get out completely, and it makes no sense. I just get out and get back in, and it works, and I do absolutely nothing. So,
Okay.
chat room, hold on a sec while we disconnect. Say bye bye.
Meanwhile,
right back.
Out there on YouTube, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. We'll start early with that. Let you know. We've got, it's been an interesting trading, hasn't it? I don't know out on YouTube if you guys have been actively trading. Every day has a slightly different personality, and I think we've got to, be aware of that and sort of make sure that you understand that, not every trading day is going to look like the last, and whether you had a good day or a bad day, start fresh because. I found that my trading profile yesterday looked very different than it did on Monday, and which was a lot different than it was on Thursday or Wednesday of last week. So I find it fascinating. This is the type of trading that I love because you really sort of get to sort of focus in on the markets. And if you've got a strategy that you've got confidence in, you just take it when it executes. For me, I only had one opportunity yesterday, and that was on AMD. Gave me a good short opportunity, was able to take advantage of that, and then that was it. That was all for the day. So, that was not bad for me, but it took a lot of focus to get there. So that would be my advice. It looks like we're back in the chat room. Good morning.
Yep.
Let's check, everybody. You can hear us. All right,
back.
looks
I can
good.
See you.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Okay. All right, friends.
All right, let's jump right
into. Jump right to it. Yep.
Yeah, economic calendar maybe. We can go right there. Pretty light again today. So far this week, not much to talk about on this economic calendar. We're on day 3. I can't believe it's Wednesday already, hump day here. And we have only wholesale inventories at 10, not a big number. I even added, there's so little happening, I added the crude oil inventories. Carlos, I don't know if you noticed this. I've seen gas prices have dropped quite a bit over the last week and a half here.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it quite so closely tied because our crude oil inventories actually had a significant increase in inventory levels last month, a very surprise increase. And normally that shows weakness in demand, which usually lowers prices. So I think it was all tied in unless there's other forces at play. Did you see a decrease in gas prices at the pump in the last week or so?
In the last week, I haven't noticed as much since I have over the last couple of months. Obviously, it's been pretty low. And again, I'm not the one that really pays attention. My wife is the one that tells me, don't go to that gas station. That's the one that charges, X amount extra. I'm not looking at this stuff, and fill it up and just give me what it is. Here's the card. Make it happen. But she knows. So I will ask her. She probably knows if she has seen a drop in the price here.
It could be a totally different economic lever that caused the local
Right.
gas prices here to drop then. But I threw it on there. If you're interested, gas inventories are coming out at 10:30, which again doesn't normally move the market overall, but unless you're watching something related. And then we got the FOMC minutes being released. There's no presentation, there's no speech. It's just the minutes coming out. And those minutes normally cause the market to just sort of knee-jerk react, right? The computers read them, they assess them, they put whatever, I don't know, whatever assessment they get on them. Again, there should be no surprises in there, but we almost always get a move and then a retracement. Again, whether it's up or down, I can't tell you, but expect at 2 p.m. We usually get a market bump. Sometimes it's like very minor, sometimes it's a pretty big move, but it almost always retraces after that move. So there's a potential opportunity, or there's a risk of getting shaken out of something if you're in it. So you need to know. 2 o'clock is probably our biggest economic event for today. So, but even that's not saying much because it's going to be short-lived, and my expectation it won't do much. But like you never know. So right, better aware than not. That's what we got, Carlos. Which means once again we're back to looking at the gappers list because. I was also looking at our earnings, still very boring. No earnings to talk about. It's coming up. Tomorrow is, I think, the first day when we've got some earnings to talk about, I think, with an airline or two. But yeah, it's slow. Slow.
Yeah. Yep. It sure is. Quick look, friends, at our gappers list this morning, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Here it is. We got a lot of stuff on here today. Again, some of these tickers I could tell already they're not going to be great. A couple of low flows, not many like we saw yesterday. But we'll dive into them and see what we can pull off this list. So we'll get right to it. All right, let's see. The first one on here is going to be wrong screen. It's going to be KZAIA. So KZIA this morning, we are up 71%, as you can see here. 6 million shares traded. Again, very active today. The float on this one is under 1 million shares traded, Peter. So very active today. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this is Kazia Therapeutics, biotech out of Australia. I don't see a lot of those, but they do have positive results from their triple negative breast cancer patient screening program. So good news. Any cancer that gets attacked is good news if we can find a way to reduce the impact. This is an early phase 1B trial, so but it's still good news. That's why it's getting a bump this morning. My gut is this is probably not going to be tradable throughout the day, but I've been wrong before on those. But if you like the low floats, then this is a potential because it does have 6 million shares traded so far.
Yeah, it's a lot of shares traded right at the moment, so it's definitely got some good volume, and you can see it reflected in the action this morning. So again, you have to like this typical low flow stocks. It won't be on my list. Let's take a look at the next one, SRFM this morning. This is a lower price stock, but not a low flow. This is sitting at actually 19 million. Yes, pretty low still. Some people like the 40 million. What's like your cutoff, Peter? Is it 50 million, 40 million for the float? What do you consider low? Yeah.
I used to use 25 million for sure. Anything under 25 million, I absolutely consider a low float. Between 25 and 50 million, then it sort of depends on the price action and how it moves.
Yeah. All right, cool. So there it is. This one's sitting at 20. We'll call this one low flow for sure. Up 21%, 957,000 shares traded. So you do got some action on it this morning, but not sure. I mean, daily looks like it's done some stuff here, Peter. So not too bad on the daily. Pre-market so far trying to get going here.
Surf Air Mobility. I've never heard of these guys. It's listed as an airline stock. What the heck does Surf Air Mobility do? This is trades on the NYSE. Transforming regional air mobility through software and electrification. So looks like they're just making electric planes, but okay. Cool. Well, their planes look cool. Surf Air. Anybody ever flown Surf Air? Apparently they've got they've supported 2.4 billion trips.
We've done a couple of trips.
Between 50. Wow, that's weird. Anyways, okay. This is a company I've never heard of. Anyways, all right. Why are they moving though? That's a great question. Um, yeah, look at their stats there. They say they've supported between. I think if you go up, they only got there 2.4 billion flights between 50 and 500 miles every year. What? Wow. Okay. Anyways. Um, I don't know why they're moving today. I've never heard of them. Not something that's ever been on our radar. The analyst activity is pretty light. Carlos, this one's a little bit of mystery. Definitely in the low float category, by the way. But because it's only 19 million shares, I see. But I don't.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
don't know about that one.
I've got no idea.
Great website. You got a cool, very interesting website there. But yeah, I'm not sure about this one. It is in play today, guys. So at least there's a company behind it, Peter. Right? Usually we look at these low flows and there's like nothing, no news, and nothing behind it. It's like three guys
True.
in a shop somewhere in downtown Brooklyn. Like this is actually they have a website. that's
true.
a step in the right direction. So yeah, if you like it, guys, it is a low flow today. It is active. It's got the volume. It's 1 million and climbing right now. And you can see the daily has been doing some stuff. So if you like this one, yeah, put it on the list. So,
apparently, I think I might have found the news very early this morning. There was like a hidden report here that apparently Palantir, PLTR, we know them well, apparently are continuing to extend their stake in this Surf Air. They've bought another $20 million worth. Is that right? It says 20 million shares, but the float is only like 20 million shares. No, sorry, $27 million worth of shares. So yeah, it looks like Palantir's put a lot of money behind these guys. So for good or bad, look, Carlos, I haven't seen this type of investment before, but because normally it's Nvidia, right? If Nvidia invests in you, you get an immediate bump. Maybe
right.
PLTR can start to get in on that game. They can give some of the things a bump that they are into just by being into them. That's always good for you, right? If you can bump a company just by releasing the fact that you're investing. We certainly know a lot of deep-pocketed firms that have tried to capitalize on that, right? I mean, heck, the Buffett effect is one of the most famous ones, right? If Warren Buffett jumps into a company, he almost always gets an immediate return on his investment because the company goes up just because he's investing. So,
yeah, 100%. All right, friends. I mean, I don't like it as much. Could be something. Maybe a good possible. What do you guys think? Maybe a good possible. I mean, I'm interested in see what it does here, especially with that type of investment. So, SRFM, again, it is a low flow stock, but there is actually some news. There actually is a company behind it. So, maybe there could be an opportunity here. All right, moving on to the next one here on our trading terminal gappers list. Next is going to be VRNA. VRNA. Moving up this morning, up 20%, 4.7 million shares traded. So we do have plenty of volume here. Pre-market action, though, does not look great at all. If you look at this pre-market activity, I mean, I'm not a fan of it one bit. Float on this one is 76 million, so not a low flow ticker. But yeah, I don't like it, Peter. I'm not sure about you.
No, it doesn't look good. Apparently, Merck is looking to buy them. They're looking to buy them at about a $10 billion deal that would put the stock price. I'm trying to see what the acquisition price is here. It says it was at a 23% premium over the previous close. So that puts the price right now pretty much at the level at which they were buying. So I have to assume that they'd be buying at roughly $105 a share. But I don't see the price in any of the reports here. But it's a buyout. Usually that's not great trading.
Yeah, usually not. It makes sense the way this pre-market is looking this morning. It doesn't look hot at all. All right, continuing here. Again, I knew a lot of these stocks I was not going to like today. Just by the names, you could tell sometimes, Peter. You start looking at some of these tickers here, and you can see, yeah, I'm not going to like some of these names. And so far, that's been the case. Let's take a look at the next one. AES. The AES Corporation. I'm not sure what that is, but they're here. They're up 15%, 1.2 million shares traded. There's the daily. Here's the pre-market. Here's the pre-market action, actually. Not sure. Not sure, man. Not loving it. Float on this one is massive, 708 million. I'm not even sure what they do, but for the most part, I'm not liking much on it right now. Either way.
Yeah, there's a rumor of a buyout. Um, not a lot of details about it. Just there's apparently whispered rumors that somebody's going to buy them out. And this is a utility company. It looks like it's a small, relatively small utility. And we know that like utilities and power has been in focus, right? So I mean, the rumors could very well have some weight behind it. It doesn't even say who the buyer would be, and it's always suspicious, right? Maybe the company created the rumors themselves to create a little bit of buzz and drive their stock price up, right? That would sort of be, a smart move, which you put your marketing people on. But yeah, I don't have any details, so.
Yeah, yeah. Not looking great. Good morning, guys, over on YouTube. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. James is saying, we'll have a job interview because of the shirt is ironed so well. No, I don't have a job interview. We have a Goldman Sachs restriction, so we can't leave this place until about 10 years. So
Golden handcuffs?
Yeah, handcuffs, and until 10 years we can't leave because of the training we received. No, so Goldman Sachs is doing something like that with their junior bankers. They came out with something today here on Bloomberg, actually, where they're doing an 18-month restriction because they have other banking firms poaching people, their junior bankers, say, hey, after you're done with your training, come work for us. And they'll actually hire them before they're even still working for Goldman Sachs. That's a big problem. So now they're looking to hold these people for 18 months. But there's so much issues with that because, they can see private information that's only for Goldman Sachs, and they already promised to somebody else. JP Morgan's doing the same thing. So yeah, it's getting out of control. It's as
Tunde says, indentured servitude. Let's face it, working for a big bank in the U.S. has always been indentured servitude. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
especially if you're good and go through all that training, which I'm sure is expensive.
There's money there, right? I mean, you can make good money in various areas of the bank, but they work you hard, and it's extremely competitive. Like it's you work for your money. There's no question. So
yeah. So, all right, excellent, friends. Let's take a look here. What else do we have? So again, AES not looking good. I'm not gonna add that to the list. But yeah, no interview here, man. We're just we're just doing what we do. ZEPP, SEP Health, another health company that seems to be getting some action this morning, going down from I'm coming up from $3 all the way to about $7 yesterday. And today hanging out at around $6. Again, usually these companies don't trade very well. Let's take a look at the intraday action. I mean, this does not look attractive at all. Let's take a look at yesterday's intraday action, see what they actually did. And again, just I don't see anything I like here at all, Peter. Little bit of volume, like between 10:30 to about 11:30. Then that's it. The rest has no volume whatsoever, like nothing. So you can only imagine what that price action looks like in trying to take a trade there. Again, I'm not saying today's going to be the same thing, but for the most part, this is not looking good. And then on top of that, I really don't like, I don't like low flows anyway, but low flows with low volume are like a train wreck. It's a pure disaster. So, Peter, your thoughts on it? Again, won't be on my list, that's for sure.
It's a good price. Zep Fit, the Zep Health here. Apparently, their core product is something called Amaze Fit. The Amaze Fit Balance 2 is they just released, which is a smartwatch. And anybody have an Amaze Fit smartwatch? Are they any good? I'll get a field report. Apparently, it's for people that train in multiple sports. It's good for hybrid athletes. Reasonably priced too. Their new watch coming out only basically $300, $299.99. And you don't have a dumb watch. I'm not a watch. I used to wear watches like corporate watches, and then I had a bunch of these Fitbit type things, and they always just died on me. Like it never really caught on for me. That's
the watch
expensive
thing
for a
is,
Maze Fit. It's cheap
weird.
for an actual smartwatch because most of them are.
How much is it?
$300.
Yeah, it's on the expensive side compared to because you gotta compare it to the Apple Watch, obviously, right? Which I don't like at all. It's just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. The Apple Watch, it dies in a day. Like my wife has one, Actually, I got it for her birthday or Christmas. I can't remember. But either way, it died. It only lasts a day. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. You know.
Yeah, Pedro,
It,
I've had many Garmins, and they also just die on me. So, but
the Garmin's now are like 5 days, Peter. If you get the right one, they're
I just
way
mean,
better. Yeah.
look, I had a great Garmin that was supposed to have a 1 year battery life that lasted 2.5 years, but once the battery died, it was dead. Like it just couldn't be revived. So,
Oh. Okay.
um, but
Yeah. No, the Garmin. I had one before, and man, it was sweet. A week, you go a whole week without charging it,
yeah.
and it was pretty good. So,
Here's one. Here's an old Garmin, like a little broken Garmin watch, little tiny one.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah,
with one half of a band on it. Love this one. This was my favorite one. But anyways,
yeah.
um, yeah, I've had lots of them over the years, but I've just decided screw it. I don't need. I don't. Somebody said once. We digress here, but as somebody said once, you remember back in my day when they had the little Tamagotchi thing, they used to play with, and you had to feed it or it would die, and the thing would beep, and you had to give it
Yeah, yeah,
food.
yeah.
And
Of course, yeah, yeah.
remember those?
Yeah.
So if you're wearing a smartwatch, you're the Tamagotchi. So,
I get that.
so
Yeah, I see.
I've decided I don't want to be a Tamagotchi.
You want to be a
So,
Tamagotchi?
anyways,
Yeah.
all right. So Zep Fit, yeah, I've never seen this on the list before. It's moving today based on the release of this new product, Carlos. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Pre-market action doesn't look good, so probably just skip over this one.
Yeah, yeah. All right, friends, let's get to it. Andrew's in chat. Good morning, Andrew. And I can see, where is he? He's trading? I don't know where he's trading from, but look at this. Look at this. Look at this picture here. Here's Andrew. He looks pretty high up. Is this like the pool penthouse? He's at the pool penthouse. Looks like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at the view there. It's awesome stuff. He's ready to rock and roll, guys. He's gonna be.
What you don't see, I mean, look at that. He's got the private pool. Looks like, yeah, on the rooftop patio. If he flipped the camera the other way, of course, you'd see all the party goers, the live DJ, the tiger, all that stuff that he normally hangs out with. So
it makes perfect. You can tell this picture is perfectly taken against the wall. There's nothing else you can see here besides a little bit of him and a little bit of view. Everything else is hidden in the back. That's purposely done. Good job, Andrew. Gotta be careful. Can we zoom into the reflection of the monitors? Can we try to see?
Yeah, exactly. There's probably a reflection.
Or the
of
glasses.
People dressed
Or the
only
glasses.
in sparkles.
Yeah,
and,
you gotta be careful with the glasses. They can always catch the reflection of what's on the other side. So very, very careful, friends. All right. Okay, let's get going here, friends. Let's take a look at our gap list. It's brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. Again, a lot of stuff in the gap up. Not a lot that looks great. The numbers look great. 45%, 20%, 19, 16. But again, they're not looking hot, and we kind of knew this going in here. Let's look at SBET. This stock, Peter, keeps coming up on our list, and I mean, it keeps going. If you look at the daily here, it's continuing to move. It's up another 16%. I have not been watching it closely, but the intraday action again yesterday. Let's take a look. Maybe we're missing out on something. Actually, no, we're not missing out on anything when it comes to this intraday action. But the daily, it keeps going, man.
You got to look at the daily. They'll zoom out on the daily, and this shows you what SBET's all about. There you go. Now we're seeing what this thing's all about, right? So in 2 days, this thing went from $30 to 120 and down to below 10 within 2 weeks. So yeah, look, I mean, this is high risk in play type stock. Yeah, like you said, Carlos, it's been moving. Clearly, it's got tons of room to move because this thing can make these crazy type of moves. Not the thing I normally trade, but hey, don't put it off your list on our sake. I just prefer less exciting stocks. How about that?
Yeah, I agree. Now it looks like it has settled down. Right? Like I don't know what was all this madness about. It is a 70 million shares flow, so it looks like we're getting more steady moves now than we did before. But yeah, nevertheless, even the intraday action yesterday was brutal. So I'll leave this one alone. All right, let's do one more. Then we'll see what our gap down looks like. I see one here. BBAI has been moving actually. What they're up to now. So this one has been moving quite a bit. It's not a low flow stock, but it's a lower price ticker that has really been in play over the last couple of days. If you look at the daily here, it's been rocking here. Intraday action hasn't been all that great this morning as far as, I'm sorry, not intraday, pre-market action. We do have volume though, 3.9 million shares traded, up 3.6 today. So there is some movement there. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I probably won't add it, Peter. Not sure your thoughts is on BBA.
Nah, I think there's better targets out there. There's no particular news on this. Like if there was some exciting catalyst, then sure I'd look at it. But I mean, yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, friends. Let's stop here. I mean, that's not a whole lot. It looks great in the gap up. We'll find something to trade. Like usual suspects, Tesla, PLTR. Like we'll find something. But Peter, anything you like before we hop off this list? The gap down, the gap up. Excuse me.
Well, nothing on the gap up list. There's a couple things that are gapping up that didn't make our list that are worth taking a look at. I think that let's see here. Yesterday, a couple from yesterday. SoFi was a mover yesterday. Big sort of pop on the open and then gave it all back over the next hour or so or hour or two. SoFi, was in play with great volume yesterday, so it might be worth keeping an eye on that to see where it goes. The other one was that we were watching yesterday that didn't end up doing much was Datadog, and it looks pretty doggish today. Looks horrible, so not so great there. Oh, that one's gapping down. Sorry, the other one I was going to mention was gapping down. What I do see up this morning is most of the Bitcoin related stocks. So MSTR, Mara, Riot. I noticed that Bitcoin prices are up this morning. Just hit over $109,500 early this morning. And remember, I've been telling you guys, I'm watching that $110,000 mark because I honestly think if we can get over that and hold over that for a couple of days, I think that's going to create some enthusiasm, and we could see it start to take off a little bit. It's really been stuck in a range, but it's been edging towards the high end of that range over the last few days here. So I think it might be worth keeping an eye on Bitcoin just to see what Bitcoin and the related stocks do. So that's a sector, anyways. I'll be watching. Don't have anything to any trades set up on it. I just something to watch. Last but not least, on the gap up, look, the CRCL continues to just give sort of this just all over the place price action. I still find it extremely difficult to trade. I have not traded it myself, although I have been watching it because Jared's excited about it. If Jared's excited, well, then I figure I should be interested. So, but it has been, again, don't be like put off by these little candles. The little daily candles are still giving you $10, $15 moves, right? In over the course of the day. So, it's worth being aware of because it's one of those ones that just since the IPO have just been a decent trader for those that can handle the risk for 3 weeks now. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. Let's take a look at our gap down, friends. Let's see what we got going on here. I do see an old friend of mine, Baba, on below the list here. We haven't looked at that in quite some time, so we'll see what's driving them lower this morning. Let's start with the first one, RXST. So RXST, we are down a whopping 50%. Someone's getting fired for sure here. I mean, this is a big drop. Peter, 50%, 2.9 million shares traded. Who's on the chopping block and why? I mean, this is not good.
Yeah, this is RX Site, a medical devices company. And it looks like they've put out some revised guidance, and as you might imagine, it's not good. So they are thinking that they are nowhere near hitting their targets, and as a result of that, of basically pulling their Q2 and full year guidance, they had like four separate downgrades this morning. So yeah, and downgrades from like Oppenheimer and Wells Fargo, plus a couple of smaller ones. So yeah, a bunch of negativity out here on this stock. Didn't really give a reason for why they're off on their guidance so much. Unless it's in the detail, well, that's not true. I mean, they gave some sales details that their light adjustable lenses have a 1% sale decrease. Their light delivery devices are down 45% in sales, so that's not good. But in any event, whatever these things are, they're just not selling as much. So I guess it's the sales team that's probably getting fired, Carlos.
Yeah, no, sales gotta go. Sales gotta go. Did you see the executives that they're leaving Apple left and right? Well, not left and right, but at least two of them are leaving. One of them is retiring, who was supposed to be, I think, the COO. He was supposed to be like the next person to kind of step up into Cook's role. And the other person is leaving for Meta, like one of their tech, one of the
poached,
AI. Yeah, he's leaving for Meta. So they're just having such a tough time with this AI thing, man. They're so behind. It is unrealistic for a company to be like ahead of tech. That they're like in last place out of the top companies when it comes to AI. But yeah, so I'm not sure about this one. Again, it's in play. Tons of volume. It's moving. We do have shares for short in case we do want to trade it lower. Only 550,000, which is not a lot. But the problem is, this is down so much. You think it's really going to go lower. It might have reached its point where it starts reversing, or usually my experience with these, they just go sideways. And you just don't get really a great move. So I'm not interested in it. But if you guys see something good out of it, let us know. We'll definitely pull it up. But I think the fun could be over.
Carlos, so to your point, I was, this is just complete speculation on my part, but you were talking about Apple and being so far behind. So it raises the question, if they're that far behind on AI, why would Meta go and poach their senior person? Maybe the problem at Apple is actually not their technology development, but it's somewhere within their operations and their ability to, deploy and release it. It could be an operational problem, right? Because you'd think that Meta is not going to take somebody that's working on stuff that's not leading edge or not the top of the pack. I mean, who knows, right? It could be that's a brilliant person who's not being listened to, right? So again, maybe it's structural.
I was waiting to tell you that. It could be that.
Right.
Apple's a slow-moving machine, man. I mean, they do a lot of things well, but they're slow. They're slow. They're slow. Like it's unbelievable.
Any big company builds bureaucracy, right? Like it's inevitable. It just comes part of a larger corporate culture. And there have been companies like Google and Apple when Jobs was around. I know I'm going back now a long time, but where they fought against the bureaucracy. But it is inevitable in large organizations, and it makes it tough, right? Especially when you're trying to cannibalize yourself and cannibalize your businesses. Unfortunately, people get entrenched in what they're doing, and it makes it difficult to actually drive change the bigger the company is. And Apple's certainly one of the biggest out there. So yeah, I could see we're multiple areas where there could be challenges. So anyways, it's interesting. Like you pointed out, it means Apple's gapping down again today, and they can see it on their stock price. They've done nothing for the last year and a half almost, right? I can go back to sort of this time in last year, and they're at the exact same price. So
and I got to tell you, man, they got to figure something out, because these new phones are coming out, Peter. I believe this is probably, I got the 16. It's probably the best iPhone I ever had. As far as the outside of it, it is indestructible, Peter. I mean, I have never abused something so much, and it stays intact. It broke my monitor. It actually broke my Mac monitor, because I went to put it to charge, and I hit the corner, and this thing just cracked the monitor. Little hairline crack, which sucked. That's the beautiful monitor from Mac. But it is indestructible, man. I don't know if you guys have a 16, but I would never replace this for a cracked screen or anything. It's just, they build it very well. So people are not going to go running buying a new phone when you got this already. I mean, it's going to be some years before I get a new one. There's no need for it. There's no need. So, but yeah, they build a great phone. Great 16. If you have it, you know what I'm talking about. You don't need a case for this thing. If you got a case, it's just because you want to have a case, but you don't need it. It's so good. So, but yeah, friends. Candy loves her 16. Yeah, it is really good. It's really, really strong. All right, paid ad. No, not paid ad. If it is, Apple should send me my check. To me and Peter.
Unpaid ad. Tell us about their charging systems, Carlos.
They fixed that, Peter. They fixed that. One last thing we spoke about a lot about Meta. See, the good thing about Meta is they're willing to break something and look bad, right? And they have said this many times. They're willing to break stuff. Apple's not willing to do that. Apple wants to play it safe every single time. These guys don't care. They'll break something. They'll see their stock go down to $70 and recover, right? I mean, this is what they're willing to do. And when you're that risky, you do have some success, right? And they're seeing that now. So, awesome. All right, friends, back to the list. We'll finish off with there's not a whole lot in the gap down. I want to just get to Baba. These are all EMPH is this solar panel company, energy company that really haven't been trading all that well. We've been skipping every single time. Some other energy companies based on policies are bouncing back and forth. But again, it's just there's no need for it. But let's take a look at Baba because I do want to see how these guys are doing. Then we'll go to you, Peter, to see what you like today. Baba this morning, let's see, are we looking good here? Up, down 2.2, 890,000 shares traded. So we've been gapping down, but look how small the dailies are. The actual intraday action is not looking great, so we're not missing out on anything. Here's the daily. I don't see anything overly exciting because even with this gap down on the daily, if you look at the intraday, it's been pretty crappy. So I don't think they're back in play. I'm just gonna leave them alone, and we'll go from there. A lot of people have the 13 still. Okay, good. Just seeing some comments here in chat. Go ahead, Peter.
Baba's on the list only because they completed a secondary offering of bonds to about $12 billion worth, Hong Kong dollars, that is. But yeah, that's not tradable activity normally.
Yeah. All right, excellent. Anything else you like, Peter, before we go to our friends on YouTube and our members?
A couple things I wanted to just make sure people have their eye to. We've obviously been keeping an eye on Tesla. It's pretty much at break even. It was red. It's green. Oh, it's red again now. Anyways, as you can tell, it's right around that close. But some interesting movement yesterday, as it sort of, didn't do much at the open, and then it spiked up late morning, and then late afternoon, it dropped right back down into the close, and big drop. So biggest move of the day, in fact. So Tesla definitely in play and worth keeping an eye on. Yesterday we had our eye on something called Wolf. Do you remember that? Wolf had like 60. I don't know what it ended up closing the day with, over 460 million shares traded. So yeah, it was. Oh no, that was on Monday. Yesterday it had 293 million shares. So this thing has been trading volume, right? And it's down just a little bit today. It could be that the fund's over, but with the volume that's being traded on it, you never know. It had a good move at the open yesterday and then flat through the rest of the day. So I thought I'd just remind you of that one in case you're interested. I didn't like it. I looked at it, didn't love it, but good to be aware. From gapping down, we've got this mixed picture on the semis this morning. I noticed that a couple of people were trading MU in the room that had a good move yesterday. It is gapping up slightly today, along with Nvidia and AMD. But then I've got like Broadcom and Intel and SMCI that are gapping down. So I don't see any news. I mean, the tariff news generally, I mean, that was focused at one point on the chips. We haven't heard as much about that in the last couple of days, but I'm sure we'll get back to talking chip tariffs because it has a big impact on some of these big moving stocks. So as Nvidia, obviously being the largest company by capitalization, right? By market cap in the world, at least publicly traded company, it gets attention. So it's getting close, by the way, to breaking the $4 trillion mark. Carlos, I honestly, back when I started day trading, I think Nvidia in 2017 was trying to break the $1 trillion mark. And we were just getting the first few companies that were breaking the $1 trillion mark. I never thought we'd be here talking about a $4 trillion company, but here we are.
Yeah. So here we are. All right, friends. Let's see what you guys like this morning. I am going to add Nvidia on the list. I will add Apple. Should be interesting today, and of course, I'm going to go with Tesla as well. These are part of our usual suspects. And let's see what you guys have. Maybe I can pick off something from what you guys suggest this morning. All right, we'll start here. So put out your tickets. Let me know what you like. Okay, I see comments. Yeah, a lot of still iPhone 13 holders and comments in chat over on YouTube. If you haven't done so, friends, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It helps the show out a ton. We got so much coming up today. So we're trading live with me and Peter. Then we have Andrew and Brian maybe joining us a little bit later at 10:30 if Andrew is connecting at that time. And then we have Thor. And Thor is bringing Dr. V like he did last week. So that's going to be exciting too. So again, a lot going on all the way into noon. So hit that thumbs up. Give us your support. It helps us out a ton. But yeah, I still got my 13. So for those that are commenting on the iPhone 13, still have it. Again, but it had this glass thing, which is pretty crappy. So that's the only reason I changed, because it cracked, it broke all over the place. If not, it works. Software's perfectly fine. But to upgrade and change it, it was cheaper just to get the 16. And this thing is a beast. I mean, I drop it, and I like raw. I don't like cases. I like the raw feel, right? I don't like the case. So that's a problem, obviously, if you drop it. If you have a case, this thing can outlive you. There's no question about it. All right, friends, let's take a look here. JP Morgan, unless they're doing earnings, I don't see them in play today. These banks, they move. They don't move well. I did see yesterday they did get a nice little drop here, so that's nice. Let's take a look here. Actually, yesterday they did drop quite a bit, but again, low volume. I really don't like the banks, man. Unless there's some earnings, I'm gonna wait, and their earnings should be coming up soon here as we kick off earnings season. For the most part, Peter, I'm not liking anything here. I'm not sure if you like the banks. JP Morgan, no. Not looking good right now, so I'm just gonna wait. Jeff, referee, I'm gonna wait on this one. What else? BE from Steve. What's BE? Bloom Energy. I'm not a fan of energy stocks. Again, nothing wrong with them. They are in play given all the policy and changes that are happening, but I'm not a fan of for my trading strategy. They don't have that breakout type DNA, I think, right? This one is up 7%. It is in play here, like many other ones. You could look at some of the solar panels. Run is on our gap up list. I believe I saw them here. Yeah, if you look at Run is on the gap up list. So again, they've been just going back and forth. So all these energy solar companies are in play, but again, it's just my strategy. I don't trade them well. Evoke, EVOK. I saw this sometime a few weeks ago, but they're back here up 168%. What's the float on this? I don't have it handy. Evoke, which is Evoke Pharma. Yeah, this is what did they cure?
Float. Oh my God, it's only 1.4 million shares. So.
Yeah. Ooh, rough. Clearly in play. Flow tiny, so just be careful. You gotta know how to trade these things, right? You gotta know how to trade these things. You gotta have the experience. So just be very careful. This one obviously up nicely. Entertainment purposes for me, I do like to watch them though. I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna put them here on my secondary list just to keep an eye on them, just for fun. But again, nothing I will be trading. Be very careful, very risky. VRNA, we did look at VRNA earlier. So VRNA, Verona Pharmaceutical here. Was this the buyout, Peter? I think this was the buyout news, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was was it yesterday or Monday? It was one of the two, but
I'm not sure. But explains how the intraday looks here. 6 million shares traded, and you haven't really moved at all. So I don't think it's going to be tradable. Be careful. Again, the numbers might look good, up 20%, 6.4 million shares traded, but once you start looking under the hood here, it's just not going to look all that great. So we'll leave that alone. Let's take a look at HIMS. I see that in both chats. So HIMS this morning, I know HIMS went to a stretch where it was actually pretty nice. Gap down here gave us a follow-up trades of the next 3 or 4 days that were pretty decent with some good volume. Today they're gapping up 3.2. Volume is starting to pick up here. Could be something. I think it's a good secondary list because we did have some great trading on it. I had some really nice trading on it during that stretch. Let's see if something's going to pick off from this activity we're getting now. But right now, pretty more on the secondary list than anything else. TSM up 1.3, 150. No volume really here on this one. In Taiwan, semiconductors, again, semis are in play. Look at Nvidia, look at AMD. They're rocking, but I'm just going to keep a look on those two, with Nvidia being my main one. One more here, Microsoft. Microsoft this morning, again, just these stocks, man. There's just everything's going north. Everything is going northeast, Peter. I don't know why, but it's just, people are saying that things are bad, things are expensive, but everything's just going up. Like, the market doesn't care. We're just going to go northeast all the way here. Meta, everything is going north. All-time highs on everything. So it's good to be a trader. It's good to be alive. But as far as day trading Microsoft, I don't see anything overly exciting on it, man, at the moment. So I think you can watch it. Like, you can watch any of the Max 7s if you like this one. If this is one of your favorites, you can put it on deck. I know a lot of people like watching it, but again, I'll just keep it off my list. I like Nvidia and Tesla a little bit more. They're a little bit more explosive, so I'm going to keep an eye on those. All right, friends, 9:15. Let's get to our community and events and announcements. You can always click on bearbootraders.com. Then you click on webinars, and it's going to bring you to our schedule for the next 2 weeks. Today's beautiful Wednesday, so we're going to go right to Wednesday and let you know what's coming up.
And it's a big day today because it's our normal Wisdom Wednesday when we talk psychology, but we have two signature sessions happening in the evening and 4 over the course of the day. So big day today, like we mentioned. So let's start with the stuff in the daytime. Avi does a live trading session at 11 for everybody. Again, the webinar room is going to be very busy today. Dr. V, like we mentioned, is going to be trading in the chat room after she is doing some live stuff with Thor, so she's got a busy day today. And then this evening, we've got 2 different sessions for you. One at 5, where Wesley's going to talk about how do you manage your rules? How do you stick to them? We all have rules for trading, and frankly, most of us break them on a regular basis. And managing that is not a technical problem, it's a psychological problem. So he's going to focus on giving you some tips on how to manage that. And then tonight, we've got Julie Hay, who's going to sort of continue on the theme and said, you had a strategy, so what happened? Good question, right? How many times have we asked ourselves that? What happened? So we've got sessions 11, 12, 5, and 8 p.m. today, all for our elite members. And if you want to be an elite member, well, there's only one way to do that. You got to go to bearbulltraders.com and sign up for one of our elite memberships, which would be either monthly or the annual, which is still on sale, and it's still a great deal. So you should take advantage of that while you can. It's still 50% off. Again, that could end at any moment. So go for it. Take advantage. Lock it in now. Again, even if you're on a lower level of membership, you will never lose any time. We will sort of extend it, and you'll get that full year of Elite Annual added on to your time. So it's a good deal, and it's well worth taking advantage of. If you just want to kick the tires, look at the intro offer. That does not give you access to our Elite material, but it'll give you access to the chat room and our onboarding class and give you a feel for what this is all about. You can actually get a discounted price on that if you're in YouTube. Check it out. We post the link in there regularly. It's only 19 bucks, gives you that 1 week access. Either way, hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. So if you want details, by the way, on the market, like Carlos said, tradingterminal.com, it's your one-stop shop for all trading details. So go there. You can get news. You can get events. We use the scanners from there. There's all sorts of things available to you within Trading Terminal. So, all right, Carlos, let's set some levels. Our moderators are getting their lists in, and I will be back in a couple of minutes to let you know what they are watching.
Yep, absolutely. Let's start here, friends. Not a whole lot. Just got 4. Nvidia, actually 3. I thought it was 4. What's my other one? I'm missing one. Nvidia, Apple, and Tesla for right now. Again, don't really like a lot from the gappers list, but we'll find something to trade. Let's start with this one here. Nvidia hitting all-time highs towards the bottom, making it very easy for us. The levels are set. You don't need to add anything. You have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, continuing to push into that all-time high once again here. 161.11 is the high of the pre-market. We'll put a level there. Once you do that, friends, you're set. There's nothing else up there for you to look at, so you are good to go. Let's take a look at the next one, which is going to be Apple. So Apple this morning, we are again just stuck here between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, which is covering a lot of the recent levels here. High of the pre-market is going to be 210.68, and the low is pretty much slamming into yesterday's lows, at the last 2 trading days low. So right in here, so you're pretty much covered when it comes to that on Apple. Towards the top, you got the high as well from 2 trading days ago. We are going to mark down 213.34, and then towards the bottom we will mark down 206 just in case we break out of this range. But right now we're just kind of smack in the middle. A lot going on here, a lot of news, and not positive when it comes to Apple. So we'll see if that's going to drive things lower or if we're going to have any kind of movement either way. So Apple should be interesting today, but again, actually it could be, and it could just be a nothing burger. It could just literally do nothing because there's just nothing really positive on it at the moment. Here's Tesla. Tesla has gone from trading really big, nice, beautiful days here to just these little knobs. Like, what is this? Like, this is not the Tesla we like. We like Tesla to run. We like Tesla to, have $10, $15 days where we can get maybe $5 move out of that, right? That's what we like from Tesla. We're not seeing that. So let's take a look here. Let's see what happens today. We do have a little bit of volume. Things are kind of settling down as far as the daily goes. We're stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Here's our previous day close as well. So I'm just going to mark down a couple of levels towards the high. The high of the pre-market 299.94, and towards the bottom we have 297.14. Once you do that, you're pretty good on Tesla. It's just surrounded by these levels here, and let's see if we can get some kind of breakout. We need these type of days again, right? We need this movement. It's really nice. It gives us a lot of opportunity in that continuation, right? And when you have days like this, you know what's great about it? That you don't have to have the best entry, and you can still get a $5 move. If you're trading this small, your entry really does matter if you're trying to catch the range. But here, there's a lot more opportunities for us to get great moves that can give us a good run here. So those are my 3 for today, guys. I will add more, especially after Peter resolved this list from what our team is watching. But right now, just 3: Nvidia, Apple, and Tesla on my list. We'll see what else we can add to it as we move forward.
All right. Well, as usual, we've got our moderators in with their list, starting with Lenny, who's watching Microsoft, Micron, Nvidia, Tesla, Starbucks, and SoundHound. So you got an interesting list there. Thor's going to be watching PLTR and Nvidia, plus, of course, the futures contracts he usually keeps a close eye on. Avi's got his usual. He just watches the SPY and he's focused. Andrew's got Nvidia, EVOK that we had talked about, SoundHound, VRNA, and Tesla. Mike is going to be watching just Tesla and Nvidia, of course, as always. He keeps his eye on the scanners, as I will actually today. Jared's going to be watching PLTR, HIMS, and EVOK. Seems to be popular. Not something I'd picked, but maybe I should because the big boys are watching it. Megan has got her focus list. She is actually she's trading with Peak Capital, our friends over in the boot camp. So good luck, Megan, and that should be a lot of fun. Brian's going to be watching Tesla, Nvidia, EVOK, AMD, PLTR, and of course the market indices. Phil is watching Nvidia, Mara, Meta, TSM, and MSTR. And I've got Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, AMD, and Apple on my list. Eamon doesn't see anything that is setting up for him, so he's going to keep an eye on some momentum plays and see if he can take advantage there, while Brendan will be watching Nvidia, Tesla, HIMS, and AMD. So there you go. That's our list for today. Whatever you've got on yours, trade smart, everybody. And we will see you, hopefully, on the profitable side of the street. Let's see what we can get.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. All right, friends, we'll wait for Andrew and Brian to log in, and then we'll head on over to them. You can see here, for those that missed it earlier today, here is Andrew's setup where he's going to be trading from this morning. So you guys should be able to enjoy some live trading. It looks like his connection is good if he's already on and ready to go. So if you want to see Andrew trade live alongside Brian, you can do that. Head over to bearbertrades.com. As we mentioned, we got that $19 trial that gets you in for a week. So definitely take advantage of that. All right, friends, over on our members tab, take care. We'll see you guys later. I see Brian's ready to go. Good morning, Brian. We'll leave you with him.
Good morning, Brian.
He should be on shortly. Take care, guys. I'm just going to mute. Brian here. Let these guys do their thing. And awesome. Someone mentioned PLTR. Who was that? Yeah, PLTR. It could be one. I see Andrew also has that in his list. And actually, their daily does look good. PLTR's daily looks awesome. And it can trade well. Yeah, this could be my 4th ticker for today. Yeah, we'll go put PLTR.
Ryan is sounding really rough over in the chat room there.
Yeah, I heard him say good morning. I was like, ooh, ouch.
Still not feeling well. Yeah.
It's that cruise, man. He caught something on the cruise. Somebody give him something. It always starts in the cruise.
It always
starts
the
in the
cruise.
Yeah, that's where things spread and people catch this and that. It's that containment.
Petri dish, eh?
That containment, man. They need. Yeah. I mean, the air cannot get any fresher. You're on a cruise. Just stick your head out, the balcony or something. So
yeah,
the freshest air in the world. But yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So, what have I got here? I don't really have anything special on my list. Everybody's watching this EVOK, so I'm going to throw it up here just to keep an eye on it. It definitely has
Uh,
moved. It's taken off, Carlos, after
yeah.
8:45. Wow. Okay. What else? What else we got? PLTR, of course, keeping an eye on.
What do you what we're saying? Not demanding, but it would be nice to have Carlos use the same microphone system as Peter does. No, Peter. What the problem is, Peter has a very
What?
dynamic voice, and what's gonna happen
Oh,
is no matter
what's happening?
what microphone I get, no matter what microphone I get, Peter's voice is gonna be overpowering because Peter's voice is goes. You got the range, you got the nice range, right?
Oh,
And we don't have a system like they do in Bloomberg where it has all these equalizers and they can equalize the voice and levels, right? So we don't have that. These are two traders hanging out together, trading with you guys. It's not a,
am
yeah,
I?
Peter's always slightly louder. Yeah, I try to
Oh,
bring
I'm
him down.
louder. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
And if I bring you two down, then what happens is when you go low, then you sound too low, right? So it's,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So really, the fault is mine. I'm not modulating. I'm not keeping my voice at a steady tone and pitch, it sounds like.
yeah, yeah.
All
No,
right.
but it's not your fault, man. It's
All
just
right.
listen, man. We don't got a production like some of these guys that work in radio. They got a team that shows up at 3 a.m., sets up everything, and they're monitoring how loud you are as you go. We no. This is a regular computer, you know,
All right.
and that's what it is.
I feel like Carlos is being gentle
And
and
me
polite
too.
with me, but all
No,
right.
and me too. But sometimes I'll be talking, I'll be like this, and I'm like, whoa, the mic is not in front of me,
That's
right?
true.
So it's. Listen, man, trading is a
It's
priority,
true.
and then we'll try to get the sound as best as we can.
I
But
do
I get it.
have
It's something we're aware of. Trust me, I am very aware of it.
yeah.
So
I do have like six screens that I'm watching, so when I turn my head, I tend to turn away from the microphone. I'll do my best here. Repositioning my mic since you guys are talking about it. We'll
let's see if it
see
works.
if it
But if you
does any
start
better.
trading bad, because of this, throw that mic out the window. Don't let this.
Well,
All right,
I've just
friends.
moved it. I've just moved it.
Three,
So,
yeah, 3 minutes to the market open. Let's get rocking and rolling. And we'll see where it goes from here. I'm not too excited today, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me about this
well, there's there's
list.
nothing pretty exciting so far this morning, in my opinion. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. But I felt that way yesterday too, and I mean, I ended up with one decent trade, but nothing off the open. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Let's see what goes here. All right, let's set up 1 minute. Let's get Peter in here.
Yeah,
And
we need some social media messages out of the White House or something, or we need uh, we need Elon to get active again. Come on, people,
uh,
throw some crazy
Oz,
messages out there.
Ozam, nothing can ruin our vibe, man. We are, trust me, nothing can ruin our vibe. All right, 1 minute, 5 minute. What else we have? Here's the 1 minute, and then we have our 5 minute. What am I? Oh, I'm showing the wrong one. It's this one. And here. Okay, good. All right, I just gotta do something else, and we're good to go. I see comments on AMD going down. Yeah, I see that. See that.
Carlos, we got Nvidia going to start the day here at another all-time high. So we'll see what. There's my 1 minute warning.
Yep.
What was the all-time spike high? Oh yeah, see, look, even that. The all-time spike high was just under 161, and we're starting above 161. So that's crazy, man. Nvidia's been unstoppable recently.
It is so wild, man.
Okay, well, let's see what it does. Of course, when I see things at all-time highs, the first thing I think of, short opportunity, but you got to be careful. Got to be very careful because we're in uncharted territory, right? Okay.
Was Andrew able to connect? I don't have the chat up. Was he able to?
Yeah, Andrew's
nice.
in. Andrew's in. Good. All right, but the bell just went off. Markets are open. We've got Nvidia moving higher. Woo, baby. Go Nvidia, go. Order stacking up at 162. Everybody wants more. Oh my goodness. Nvidia 162. Blast through 162. No problem. Yeah, baby. All right, if I was really bold. Yeah, oh my God, the orders keep stacking higher. Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see, got more orders at 162.50. See if Nvidia can get up through that. 162.40. Jeez. If it fails here, we got like a potential $2 drop on Nvidia. So let's see what it can do here through 162.50. But yeah, I'm not going to count on this thing dropping at this point because it is just got the support. Oof. Wow. I should have just gone long at the open, Carlos. I think you're on mute, Carlos. I haven't heard you for a while.
Oh, okay.
There
You
he
hear me
is.
now? I was on
Yeah.
mute. Okay, my bad. um, what was the all-time high on this? Was it
Previously 160.98.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're well over it.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday was the highest ever close, which was 160 flat. But yeah, intraday last week it had got to 160.98. So yeah, we're definitely in like, uncharted territory here.
Yeah. Yep.
163's got a bunch of orders stacked. See, this is the type of Nvidia at this point. This is where I used to get myself into trouble. I just can't help being short bias. So when I see something like gunning like this so much, I'm like, oh, I want to short it. I just want to short it.
Yeah.
But you got to wait for the excitement to be over, and it doesn't feel like it's over yet. So why don't I join? Great question. I don't know. I just can't make myself do that. But I'll just watch. Wait, Tesla's moving a little higher. It still hasn't broken back through 300 yet, though. What else we got going on out there? Meta had a good little move up here off the open. Anything else? Pretty quiet. This Evoke hasn't done much since the opening bell. For those that were watching that.
Let's see here. All right. All right. Perfect. Let's see what's taking place here, friends. Wow, Nvidia is such a beast.
Nvidia is crazy here. 163.50. Can it break it?
Apple did move up higher.
There you go. There's the 163.50. What do we got? We got the markets moving higher as well here. Oh. Nvidia keeps.
You don't think it's a day to be short? I don't know. Look at Apple. Apple could be there'll be some opportunities. And it's early, right? We have to wait to see.
Yeah, it's still very early here.
How things develop here. I don't have much of a selection. I mean, I'm looking at my stuff. PLT already dropped. It's not a whole lot that I like this morning. PLTR getting above, trying to go above the VWAP, but I'm not sure about that reversal just yet. Tesla's losing here. Tesla could be a good short. If he loses the VWAP, loses the previous day close, maybe he can get down towards the low of the day at least.
Yeah, careful on Tesla.
Yeah, no, we got to see it lose that previous day close, I think, first. I wouldn't trust it. Tesla has not been trading all that well either, so.
Jeez, you know, I wanted to. Sometimes I second guess myself right out of, especially momentum trades. But we'll see if this would have paid off. You know, Nvidia. I'm just watching it. It really was, you know, right near the top here, 163.60. I was like, oh, I can take it short here. Really tight stop. Just if it popped to a new high. Now it's right back there, so I didn't really miss on much. But it was just a 30-cent pullback move, but it does look like it's topping here a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard to short something when it's so strong. It's not really advisable.
Yeah,
because if it breaks, right, it could break hard.
Yeah. Frank Tank says, "Patience, Peter. It will come."
Yeah, no.
It sounds like some kind of Jedi talking to us, like with the hood, like patience.
It's true.
It will happen.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. We just gotta wait.
There it is. There's a little pop higher.
Yeah, this is wild, man. Look at this thing. This is just it's rolling. Rolling. Ooh, Andrew's feeling risky. He's long Evoke. He's long Evoke.
That is risky.
Feeling good, and you're on vacation, sitting on top of the rooftop, penthouse there.
feeling good, feeling no pain.
Feeling good could mess with your trading a little bit, but yeah, I've been there, man. I've been on vacation taking some really dumb trades. Not saying he's taking a dumb trade, but I've taken some dumb trades. I'm like, just because I'm sitting by the pool doesn't mean I get to trade recklessly like this, right? Just relax. You
I've
know,
done that too, right? Because you're on
I
vacation, you're
done
like,
it.
I
Oh,
just want the
yeah.
hero
You
trade,
just feel good.
right?
Right, right, right.
I
Yeah.
want the hero trade. And then you take something that you look back afterwards, even if it's just minutes later, you're like, what the hell was I doing? Come on.
Yeah.
There was
What
nothing
is
to do.
this? You know, it's impulsive trades. You know, it's got to be
Yeah.
careful. Got to be careful. I don't know. I
Yeah.
rarely try on vacation anymore. It's just, if you lose and it goes bad, it could just ruin your day a little bit, right? So I'd rather just not trade. And if I get tied up, it's even worse. So. All right, let's take a look. You got $4 off Evoke this morning. Awesome. PLTR. Wow. I mean, there's really nothing. How is Hood looking? Let's take a look at Hood. Looking like gone. That's what it's looking. I mean, this thing dropped.
That's good. Excellent
Yeah.
English.
Excellent English grammar. All correct there. I'm sure ChatGPT will agree. But yeah, this is. I don't think you can chase it here, man. What's the strategy, right? What would be the strategy here? A low of the day breakdown. Let me look at the 5 minute. I think you had a good opportunity at the VWAP. I don't think you have it now, Kashar. Maybe when you sent the message was earlier. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm reading it now, but yeah, it had a big drop already, so it's a little bit tough here to get in for sure, if that's what you're thinking. So. All right, good. Man, I don't see anything, friends. I mean,
Watching Nvidia like a hawk here to see what it's doing at these levels. But it is every little pullback is getting bought up, so
yeah.
it's definitely still strong. Over 164 now. Jeez. Carlos, we should have just gone long at the open on Nvidia.
Yeah, that's the only thing that looks great right now. I mean,
Would have been
Nvidia.
super
Yeah.
simple, eh?
Super simple, done for the day. That's the only thing that's looking awesome at the moment. I don't see anything else that would have said, hey, I missed this, or this would have been good. It's just like nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
So again, only 13 minutes in. So Tesla's actually trying to settle below the previous day close. Could be a 5-minute ORB breakdown of the body here, but it just doesn't look good. It really doesn't. But it does have a nice VWAP breakdown actually. Not nice. It has one. It's not great. But here's the breakthrough candle, pullback, right, and then the slam down again. So that could be something. I'm not taking it because I don't trust it, by the way. So I don't. Well, all these moving averages here and levels and previous day close, I just don't think it's the best idea.
Yeah.
Everybody's making money and trading Nvidia. That is what's happening here.
Hey, look, not everybody.
Well, not me and you. Yeah.
So
Not me and you.
we're somebodies.
Yeah, that's
So not
true.
everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Oh man. I dropped my parents off at the airport this morning in LaGuardia, and man, the city was like 5 a.m., 5:10, but there's light outs already coming up, right? Sunrise.
Right.
Man, the city is so peaceful at that time. You know, it's no traffic. Got a couple of people running in bikes and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, just put the windows down. It's quiet. No horns. I'm like, and it looks great because it was like cloudy. You could see the buildings, the skyscrapers, that Brooklyn area, all the buildings by the Hudson. Just awesome. Just awesome, man. I mean, that's the city I like right there. Just can get from point A to point B in minutes, not hours. So that was nice. Wow.
Here goes Nvidia moving higher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, jeez, it's just a beautiful thing.
Carlos, you know, being like a New York guy, do you ever watch some of the post-apocalyptic movies? And
yeah, I've seen a few of them.
Where you're like what's the one with Will Smith where he's like all alone in New York City? And do you look and say, hey, I know that street? And
yeah, we know. He goes through all the places. Like he goes by the dock where the Intrepid is. He does all. Oh yeah. Downtown. Yeah, they did a great job with the locations. No, it's not I Roll, but it's I Am Legend.
No, I Am Legend.
Yeah.
I Am Legend. Yeah.
I like that great movie. Yeah, and the one too where the world freezes over or something, and the guys go to the
that's it all. Yeah,
Bryant Park Library. Oh, I used to work around there, man. It's awesome. Yeah. So
what is that called? That's called The Day After Tomorrow or something.
Day After Tomorrow, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I loved that movie with Dennis Quaid and very young Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Sopranos. Sopranos was filmed all over New Jersey. So everywhere you go, you see the Sopranos. You got the strip club over at Route 80. Bada bing, bada bing. And it has a sign on it in the bottom, like with the home of the Sopranos, or something like that. It's pretty cool.
That's funny.
Bada bing. Yeah,
you're right. If we're to believe all of our movies, New York is always the first to go in any apocalypse, any alien invasion, any apocalypse. New York's getting taken down first. So
absolutely. Tesla did break down. I was thinking about it, but it wasn't pretty. But yeah, New York is first to go, no question. No question. Have you guys watching the show? Is pretty decent. Paradise over on Netflix or see
Yeah,
this is what happens. Is it Netflix? Is it Apple TV? I don't know. But it's Paradise. I think it's Netflix.
It's either Prime or no.
Look at us.
It's not Netflix. It's either Prime or it's Apple.
No sense.
But yeah,
it makes no sense that we're actually having a conversation with so many different streaming services. But yeah, Paradise is pretty good. It's Apple TV. It's
Apple?
Hulu. Look at that. We're so off, Peter. It's Hulu.
No, I don't have Hulu, so I know I didn't watch it there.
That's where I watched it. Yeah, that's where I watched it on Hulu. You're right. That's where I saw it. Both could be true. Could be in two different places. Things are settling down now. Is Nvidia pulling back?
Well, yeah. I mean, it has looked like it's topped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still hard to short Nvidia.
So yeah,
did put in some good little uncertainty candles. You'd have to get a pretty tight stop loss, I think, on this to make it worthwhile, because I don't know how far it's going to pull back. It'll be one of those where if you're you might just get a little bit of a move and then get stopped out, or you can get like a big $3 pull down to 160 to the place we opened today, 161. It's tough to tell.
Yeah.
But you can't count on the big move, so that would just be bonus. Gravy.
Yeah. I see nothing. Nothing. And here too in New York, speaking of New York and movies and recording, NYPD, like the NYPD, any NYPD.
Oh yeah.
Like Law and Order. Man,
Law
they
and Order,
record. When I was young, they record everywhere in like every piece of our block. They recorded a little scene. They'll come in with their fake cars and donuts, and they set up the whole shop, whatever. Yeah.
I know that was a joke. Like Law and Order, especially in its heyday, they like everybody. If you were an actor at any level in New York City, you were in Law and Order. You were in at least one episode somewhere.
There's so many episodes, and they're still going. They're still going, so it's wild. Yeah. It's wild.
So Andrew's trading Hood. Yeah, it was a great show back in the day. I haven't watched it in years, but way back when it was just the original, I thought it was a good show. Then they have all the spin-offs, of course. Got to have SVU and.
Well, SVU was one I really got into. That one was Stabler.
That was with
watch Stabler. I mean,
with Ice-T.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
He was getting paid a ton for that. Wasn't he getting paid like $1 million an episode or something?
No, he was probably the biggest star there. The other ones were billed after that, but he's probably yeah. Sure got people's attention.
I was in like an episode of the Today Show, or what was the morning? I think it was the Today Show. The morning. We had some corporate offices at Rockefeller Center, so just like I'm just trying to get to work, and I think two different times it happened to me where I literally walked into the middle of their set, as they're filming, because I had a pass, so I was flashing my pass, but it was really just a pass for the building, not for the filming, right? So I wasn't really supposed to be there, but there's one thing I learned, especially in my corporate days. If you just walk with confidence, especially if you're wearing a nice suit, you can get almost anywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So it happened to me twice anyways, where I'm just like, I just want to get over to the front of the building, but they're filming over here on the side because they used to like to do it on the street. I don't know if they still do.
Oh, this guy is somebody.
Yeah, and I just wandered right through the live scene as they're doing it. I'm like, whoops.
Yeah.
Just keep walking. Pretend like you belong. The worst thing you can do is stand there and look like a lost person. Yeah,
the last thing you want is you are the camera guy or some low level guy that you tell in the big wigs no, and then you're in trouble. You'd rather let that guy's pass even if it doesn't belong there. Yeah. And you're better off. Yeah. I'm long Apple. I don't know why. I'm long Apple. It looked good. Now it doesn't look good. I just don't know if I should be in this trade. But I am long Apple. Let's see if we can get the breakout. But it's not looking great. So, and it's going against me because I should not be in this trade. Yeah, it's about right. It's about right. Let's see if we can hold here. 209.88 is my stop. Let's see if we can hold the VWAP. Oh, 288. I gotta get out. 209. Not 288. 209.88. Let me be clear. Like 288 is nowhere near here. 209.88. We have to jump out. We keep hitting it and bouncing, but it's not holding.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna go back up, but it's gonna be choppy.
We must both be getting bored. Sorry, we're both getting bored, Carlos, because I shorted Nvidia.
You did? Okay. Yeah, I'm getting bored, man.
Right or wrong, I took a short. It's sitting just against me here a little bit. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a good smart move, but
I knew this was not smart. Why did I enter this trade? I don't know. We need to do something. We have to do something. It is one of those days. It might actually work, though. Right? Let's hope. I just don't think the market has the juice to do anything. Who do we have? We have a couple of. When is Powell talking? Is it today? Tomorrow? I know he's.
I didn't see him on the schedule.
Not on the schedule
today.
Okay.
I mean, we got the release of the FOMC minutes happening at 2, so there's that. But Andrew's still long, trading long Nvidia here, so
Yeah,
that's not
nice.
never a good sign. Not a good sign for me, anyways.
Yep, yep. Yeah, this is not. This is a weird day. And
Yeah,
you're
there's
trading
not
Tesla, you
much.
said?
Nvidia.
Oh, Nvidia.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Don't
It can
like
go.
the look of
It
it.
can go
It
anywhere
was
from
supposed to
there.
drop. It was supposed to
Yeah.
drop right away, and it did not. So this looks like it's gearing itself up for a push higher. But I'm locked and loaded. We'll stick here unless it sets a new high a day. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Look at Hood. I'm looking at him on the screen here. Yeah, Hood. It did break out of the view app, but I missed it. Even when you called it out earlier, I missed it too. It was way too out already for me. So it's just not working. Oh, Nvidia's turning down here, Peter. And if Nvidia's turning down, Apple's gonna turn down. So I'm probably gonna get stopped out here. Let's see if it can
yeah, I don't know. It's
get going.
this 164 level is holding. So
So yeah, if you trade a Hood banner, again, Hood seems to have had a really nice VWAP breakout. I would have not joined though, because was no pullback. You know, I need that pullback once you break out. That 945 candle didn't pull back after that for an entry. You did get a retest at a 953. That could have been also a great entry there, but that's usually not my trade. So, but again, yeah, beautiful breakout. You know, if you were able to join that type of trade, right? So that would have been nice. Apple is just gonna. It's green and red. Green and red is probably not gonna do anything. It's just probably stuck here.
I don't know if the smart move is.
That's good.
I don't know if the smart move is to take this trade off when I'm like, break even here on it and wait for a better entry, or it's right. It's hanging out here. There we go. Come on.
All right, you might get something here.
Come on. Come on.
Looking at Tesla, yeah, Tesla's got a good breakout above VWAP. Here's the pullback. You know, Tesla could be my trade today. There's actually a trade, not the Apple stuff that I'm doing over there. It's just not looking great, but let's see here. Can we get the confirmation candle? So this candle has to give us the confirmation. Needs to go higher. I'm gonna wait for a little bit more confirmation than usual. I want to see like 298.59. Like I want to see it really hold here. But it looks like we're ready. Looks like we're ready to at least test the high.
I've moved my stop to break even now on Nvidia.
Nice, Peter. Nice.
Here we go. This is the capitulation I'm looking for. Come on, let's go.
Tesla's breaking down. I'm still looking at Apple, which is
below 163.70. I could take a first partial.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's bouncing back on me.
Might be here, friends.
It's right on the nice edge here. Yeah, it could stop me out, or I could get something out of it. We'll see.
Looking at Tesla closely here. See what it wants to do. Let's see. 298.42. There it is. Yeah, I think we're gonna go long Tesla. Let's see if we can get at least to the high of the day here. Now this is an actual strategy. You know, we got the breakout, we got the pullback. This is a confirmation candle here. Actual strategy, friends. Sorry about that, Apple. I think we did get bored, Peter, when we took these trades.
Yeah, we did. Stop at break even here. I'm out of Nvidia. So I actually ended up, for some reason, I got a favorable fill a couple of cents below my break even. So I actually ended up making. I covered my commissions inadvertently.
Yeah. Let's see if Tesla can go. Apple's just going to chop around. I'm looking at the other screen here, and it's just chopping around. Trying to hold on the lower side of that.
All right. I went for a long run this morning, and I'm really uncomfortable sitting. So, pardon me while I
Tesla.
move my manual desk higher. 1 second.
Crank it up, baby. Let's hear the crank.
Crank. Yeah, you want to see?
Yeah, let's hear the crank.
It's literally like an old school crank. Look, like I'm like crank
Love it.
Crank it, baby. Here we go.
There it is. Crank it good. We could make this a song. Dun, 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 something like that. Yeah.
I gotta reset everything.
Love it, man. Love it. All right, let's focus. What do we have here? Apple's trying to work. Tesla's trying to stop me out. I think we're just gonna go sideways. I think there's just no move here. Yeah, I didn't know about those cars you crank from the front to get them started. I mean, that was way before my time, but yeah, that was the thing. I think Peter froze. He either cranked the desk up too high and disconnected some cables in the back, unplugged something, but he did something that's not working in his favor at the moment because he's completely frozen right now.
No, I had to move some cables.
Okay.
I'm here.
I thought you kept cranking. I thought you kept cranking and unplugged some stuff in the back.
Reconnecting some cables out there because they were like tangled. So when I was cranking, it was pulling stuff off my desk.
Lifting the CPU. Done that before.
Yeah, well, doing stuff I didn't want to there. So sorry.
There you go. you know, it's a rough day for us when this is what we're talking about today. I mean, this is the highlight of my day.
This is like Crank TV. Is that what we got going on now?
Yeah, this is the highlight of my day. It's just so bad.
All right.
But you know what? I'm looking at Apple. I'm looking at Tesla. There's just like an inch from actually both working out. I'm just gonna be patient, and this could probably be the last trace I take, or the only trace I take. I'm still long Tesla and Apple.
If I wasn't cranking, I could have taken the opportunity to get back short on Nvidia up over 164, but I'm not going to chase it here. It could very well drop, but risk to reward, right? If you don't get the good entry positioning, you don't want to go and go chasing these things because they can just ruin a trade.
The bad thing about these two trades I'm in, they're trading exactly the same. So if they both go down, they'll both be a loss. Like, there's no individual. I mean, they're so alike. Can I put them side by side? Let me put them side by side. It's kind of scary, actually. They're both going to work or not work at the same time. How can I do this? Here it is. They're really moving together. I mean, everything's almost the same. The breakout above the VWAP, the support trying to get the VWAP there. They're both trying to push higher. I mean, there's the bad part about that. If they both end up not working out, it's too lost. Like, you don't have no. Yeah, I don't know. And they're just sideways. Like, there's really nothing going on right now.
Very slow. Meta, Google, Amazon all sort of slowly rose this morning. Nothing exceptional on their movement, but they're all equally higher.
Yeah. There's this sideways. Tesla moving down a little bit. Sean had a great comment. Sean was like, what Sean said here. This made me laugh earlier. Where's Sean? I can't find it now. All right,
yeah, I heard a lot of talk about Peter cranking. What do you do for work again? That's what our wives do.
Well, that was good. Sean's on the road today. He had another one. He's like, only 275 likes. People are being, what did he say? I can't find it. But you're on the road, Sean. Good stuff.
I got a crank for likes?
No, he was like, people are
Right.
being careful with the like something market wise. It was pretty good.
There you
But yeah,
go.
guys, hit that thumbs
Well,
up over
oh,
on
look, there's the drop in
YouTube.
Nvidia that I
Appreciate
was
it.
looking for.
Yeah,
Damn it.
and that's not good for me. I'm gonna have to get out on Tesla. Um, I have to get out on Tesla.
Oh, I should have re-entered the short Nvidia. I was too busy playing with the desk. Oh well.
Yeah,
That
I'm
happens.
gonna jump out on Tesla. How many shares on Tesla? I'm not trading a lot, just 250, so not a whole bunch. But we are down $1 here, so again, it's not bad. Again, you don't gotta take a lot of shares on Tesla, guys. You really don't. I mean, you can make your money here when it moves. You know, like $3. You know, and I never get the whole $3 anyway because I partial a lot, very aggressive. But you can get an average of $1, and a half, very easy on Tesla. So you don't gotta take too many shares, and you also gotta give room for this nonsense where it does this. The pullbacks are very aggressive on Tesla, so you gotta be aware of that. So I don't know. I want to hold it because I know it's not a lot of shares, and then I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know what's happened today. This is not. I told you, Peter, today I don't feel great about this watch list today. I told you, and you
No,
too. You didn't feel good about it either, and it
no.
turned out to be pretty crappy day.
Well, so far.
As far,
I mean, look.
yeah, so far,
Yeah,
correct.
so
Right.
far. You know, these days can sometimes set up very well for me for trades
For
later
later in the
on.
day, yeah, yeah.
But right now, yeah, it's not that great. I missed the Nvidia again. I'm a little upset that I tried Nvidia. You can see where I tried it and then stopped at a break even again. Then I got cranking,
Yeah.
and I should have. If I'd been paying attention, I could have
Oh
reshorted
man.
with a better entry.
Yeah,
Taking advantage
Nvidia.
of this move.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh well. Them's the
Apple. I'm
breaks.
still long Apple. Just trying to go.
PLTR, yeah, PLTR is moving a little bit here.
Tesla's trying to do some stuff too. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still in it. I'm still in it. I mean, probably should get out if it gets above the previous day close. And when we say bad day, we're talking about just bad. You're right, Peter's 100% right here. Bad morning, and also, it's not bad. It's just there's not a lot of easy opportunities as we saw yesterday. Like yesterday was great, where we had one bad trade, one
Right.
amazing trade. So the opportunities are not there, and I knew by just when we saw our watch list and I saw the tickers that were coming out of there. I'm like, okay, I see where we're going today. You know, you kind of you do this for so long, kind of get a feel for it, and we'll see. See what happens. Tesla, Apple slightly green for me. Tesla in the red. Cranking costs, James says. Yes, 100%. 100%. All right, where are we at? We're sitting at 313 likes. It's not bad. It's not bad. That is not bad. I can't even ask for more. The way we're trading today, or lack of trading. 313 sounds about right. Sounds about right. But Peter's crank should get. You know, I take it back. 313 is not enough because Peter's cranking action should get a lot more than 313 likes, right? So yeah, I take that back. My comments, I retract my comments. Peter's cranking activities should definitely get us above 400 easily. So if you haven't cranked that thumbs up button, make sure you crank that up. That's my Apple trades. Trying to get, if you get to 210.70, I'll be happy with Apple. I think we're worth 210.70. So let's see. Javier says 500 likes is worth the crank. Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, Apple's probably going to do it here. Let's see. Apple's trying. Trying. Our good buddy Apple. here we go. There's Apple. And just trying to get going. Man, what a slow day.
Yeah, it's pretty slow.
Like even in these two trades, we're taking our sweet time. Like Apple's finally. I should do a limit order actually on Apple because it's just so slow. Let's do a limit order. $210.70. Let's see if we get filled. $210.70. What's next? What's next level? 211.25. 211.25. Okay. Did it take 211.25? Yeah, it's up there. Ah, now that I see it on the chart, it seems pretty high. It seems actually very greedy. Yeah, and then because you think about it, 211, then you see it like, oh wait, I gotta scroll up, and it's all the way up there. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen this rangy type day. I don't know if you're gonna get that. You guys are screaming POTR. What's going on? POTR. Let's take a look. Yeah, POTR. What do we have? Would have had an opportunity here. No, this is not anything I trade. So yeah, it's breaking out, but I don't see a play for me personally here. But yeah, it is breaking out here. So very good. But
yeah, both your trades are you hung in there, eh, Carlos?
Yeah, man, they're doing something. Apple is trying, man, but still struggling.
Yep.
You know, so and
Tesla at least I think is barely green.
Barely green. Apple's barely green. They're both barely green. They're moving with each other, which kind of sucks because again, they're both, you know, can go red. So but they're so alike in the way they're moving right now, which is chop, which is pure chop. So yeah, I don't know. I jinxed it. See, you put limit orders in and the price starts going away from it. I'm kidding. That's not true at all. That's not. That is a false statement. I'll do my own fact checking. Yeah. Yep. They're doing the same thing. Both pulling back now. Apple pulling back as well. Yeah, I don't see anything, friends. Yeah, I know Hood had a nice breakout. I did see that. So Hood, again, not anything I would normally trade. Oh, too many letters. There he goes. But yeah, I saw Hood was doing his thing. Apple back below the previous day close. Back and forth. In fact, I might just set range orders on this stuff and just leave it. I don't want to over manage it. BBAI very bearish today. It was been up quite a bit, Richard, right? That BBAI, a big bear, has been moving a lot. So here's Big Bear. Well, where is it? BBAI. There it is. Right, yeah, so a bit of a sell-off type day, but they've been rocking, man. $4 all the way up to almost $9 and pulling back a little bit now. And they gone higher. The last time they did something similar, went up to 10.39. So they know how to move. Melanie, why am I holding your beer? What did you do? What are you about to do? Melanie says, hold my beer. She's about to do something. Nvidia already max its ATR. Yeah, but you know what? I think Nvidia is so much on with the stock right now, with all-time highs, with just crushing overall AI, just making hand over fist when it comes to just profitability on their products. So there's a lot going on there. So yeah, it's wow. Look at the 5 minute on Tesla. This is just garbage. Like this is this is not good. This is pure chop. So hopefully we can survive it.
Yeah,
but that's not good.
It's ugly. And then Apple. Yeah, Carlos, this is a tough day. I mean, my one trade opportunity that I had taken on Nvidia, I said I got stopped out and then wasn't in for the actual move. So, you know, gotta wait. And maybe today will give me nothing further.
I'm getting a little bit impatient, man. I'm just like, should I just get on Tesla green right now? I'm green a couple of bucks. Should I just dump everything on it? And when I say dump everything, I'm not talking about Andrew size. I'm talking about only 250 units, not 250,000. You know, very different story. Pig Wrestler, where you been, man? I feel like I haven't seen your name in a while. Pig Wrestler. You left us for a bit. Google, yeah, look at Google. It's nice. Very nice. So Google is still doing some stuff here. What about Meta? Oh, I just got the glasses on. Look at that. There you go. Enjoying life. Yeah, Google, Meta. How about Microsoft? Let's take a look at Microsoft. Also doing okay. Nice. Yeah. I haven't seen your name in a while, man. Good to have you always. But yeah, I get that. Turning in the quiet is good too. Raytrix, I wonder how's he doing. Yeah, he's probably doing well. I see him in chat. Here's Raytrix in chat. Yeah, he's doing some stuff. He's being welcomed into the community. I see he's spreading his wings in the chat room there, so that's good. Very nice. Tesla. Please tell me it's going up. Please tell me you're calling me because it's going up. Yeah, it's not doing anything, man. It's not doing anything at all. Apple, same thing, just slightly below. Below my entry. Might be a nothing burger today.
The old nothing burger.
Yeah, it might be a nothing burger, which is okay, but it's a shame. Peter, they're screaming goo goo. Take a look at
Google. Yeah, Google's up at a high here. I mean, I see it there. The problem is Google moves so slow. It's hard to take, my mountain pass type reversals because it just doesn't have enough momentum to drop nicely. Did get a little volume, but not the type of volume spike I normally like to see at the high of day. It might be okay. We got to see what it does here on the retest. What is the high? 179.35. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. This would have to be a pretty precise retest, I think, for me, like within probably about 5 to 10 cents max of the high. So we're getting close to that now. If it shows weakness, you could take it potentially, but I have to admit, you can tell probably by my voice, I'm not trusting it. See, look at Tesla.
Yeah. I know, man. Right back to that 297.15.
Did you get it a break even or what's
no, I'm still in it. Still in it.
Oh,
I'm still in it. So, but I'm not down a lot. It's a small size. I mean, I didn't trade big. I'm not feeling it today. Not that I trade big anyways, but
yeah. So yeah, Google moved a little aggressively back towards the high of day here. Yes, there you go. And it just broke to a new high, so that would break my mountain pass trade on Google. So not ready for a short, in my opinion, at this point. Market looking weaker, obviously, after the morning move higher, and now it's just moving sideways, but yeah, still don't love it.
Sean,
Quiet.
I do have a video on you talking about the actual computer stuff, like the screens and all of that. Yeah, I got a video on YouTube we did some time ago showing my setup. Pretty basic stuff, nothing fancy, and it works. But make it your own. That's where you have a lot of you could get creative, like with your setup, make it comfortable for you and what you like, right? So I think that works. BMNR $50 drop. How is that possible? Let's take a look. BMNR. Why this ticker sounds familiar? Or we might have seen it in the gap or slit. Oh yeah, we definitely talked about this. Look at. Yeah. Oh man, 100. Dude, you're not kidding. I thought, when you said $50 drop, I'm like, oh, he probably means like 50% or something, which is still pretty bad. But this is actually $50. Like $50.
Yep.
Like it's not in the lower price stock. It's actually, yeah, that's tough. That is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. I'm gonna stop out of Apple. Well, it's back at the place where it bounced from before, but yeah, I'm gonna stop out of Apple. It's just no good. So we'll cancel our orders, our limit orders. Didn't work out, and then we'll stop out. So we're out of Apple. Still in Tesla, but looks like it's probably heading in the same direction. I could hold Tesla still. Anything above 297 is fine for me. So we'll hold Tesla, see if that's done. But I'm out of Apple, guys. It might still bounce, but it's just not worth holding it. Tesla, on the other hand. I'm showing you guys the right screen. Sorry about that. I'm showing you guys the right screen. I'm still on a different screen. Tesla, we'll see if we can keep holding this range. Yeah, pretty crappy day.
So far. I was like to say so far.
Yeah, so far.
You never know. You never know when things might pick up.
PLTR, SoFi. We've got some old stuff here. How about I didn't even look at our secondary list. SRFM. Not really anything. Hymns. How did hymns do? And Evoke was just for fun. Again, low flow stock. Had one initial run. All the fun here was in the pre-market. Like everything was done in the pre-market. Market open, gave you a little bit of a move, and then just never recovered. But market open was a lot of fun here. I mean, I'm sorry, pre-market. All the money was made there.
Yep.
Apple stopped me out, but it still might chop around. I don't think it's gonna sell off, but it's looking rather weak. And then Tesla is just so messy. Are you short Tesla? I mean, I don't trust it for sure in the long. I wouldn't go long. I wouldn't go short. I think it's really stuck in a range. So you gotta wait for this range to be broken or something. That's probably gonna happen after 10:30. It's probably gonna happen a little much later in the day, I think. So I just want high of the day. It's like just give me 299.95, and we'll be happy. We will be good with that. Hello, David. How are you?
Hello.
No steam left. Yeah, on Hood.
Yeah, it's Carlos, it's been a while since we've had a day this quiet. Like we've had a lot that have been, just sort of sideways trending, but this is other than the early excitement on Nvidia running up, really there's not much going on.
If you're a channel trader, Tesla's so tight or not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ooh. I'm getting out of Tesla. This thing is falling
Good morning.
apart.
Carlos, can you hear Andrew?
I cannot because I'll have to connect
I can
him.
hear.
Oh, because right when he logs in with this different setup, it's a little bit different. But I can connect him. Hold on. I can't hear him because I got it.
Peter, how was your trading day?
Pretty quiet, actually. I did trade Nvidia short off the highs. There's that. But other than that, it's been a very quiet day. Pretty much everything just moving sideways.
So we're gonna go to the
Nvidia was amazing.
probably gonna
Nvidia was
bounce,
amazing. Let me ask Brian to join us. Hey,
20%
Brian,
short.
let's try YouTube.
Tesla ready to drop.
Sorry about that, guys.
Mr. Frog Voice Brian. Going on in the chat room there. All right, I'm not sure where we're at with things. Hopefully you can still hear me on YouTube, but we're getting all the switch over done here. Tesla, yeah, guys, it's be very careful, right? Make sure things really fit to your strategies. Tesla did finally drop here, new low of day. Well, that might be setting up for a low of day bounce a little bit later for me. Nvidia, gosh, I really regret cranking my desk higher. If I wasn't so uncomfortable sitting down, I could have re-entered that thing, and I had the right idea. I just had the timing off a little bit, and it never even came and hit my stop, because my stop loss would have been a new high of day, and it never hit that. So like I said, I actually got out a little just slightly better than break even on my trade. And then
hey Brian, if you could hear us, just join us in Zoom. I can send you the link.
Knocking doesn't pay. Well, not today, Richard. It pays in other ways. But hey, that happens. I look, I know the cause, so I can at least journal that and say, what? Sometimes you just lose focus, and I'm paying the price or not benefiting. Really, like it didn't actually cost me anything. It's not like I lost money on the deal. I just didn't make money. So is what it is.
All right, I got Brian. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah,
man.
we got. Yep, we know we got the big black screen. Carlos is working on that, getting some screens back here.
Okay.
Yeah, Andrew's joining, so that screen is going to update in just a second here.
Hey guys, can
You're
you guys?
Yeah, we can
there
hear
you
you.
go. We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys.
Okay.
I'm changing this. I'm trading today from laptop. I don't know why everything is lapsing. I swear to God, technology is here to get us. So how was your trading day? I had a really bad trading day. I had a big loss on Evoke, and I had a loss on Nvidia, unfortunately. I chased it all the way to the top. I really wanted to get 165, and I couldn't. So really bad.
Andrew, you want to share your screen so we can see it?
Let me share my screen. Yes, but it's so sorry. It's a little bit today is my last day here, so a little bit messy. Yeah, guys, sorry about that. Do you see my screen now?
Yep, we see it. And I'll
Yeah.
zoom in.
So yeah, Nvidia has a really nice 1 minute opening range breakup, and I missed it. And then I started going long at around 164, and then we just kept losing on that. So that was really, really unfortunate on that front. Brian also didn't have much of a better day than me.
No, I didn't have a good day. Just kept chasing things, and they just didn't continue. There was no continuation in the trades I took. Now I'm looking at Tesla. I missed this. I was going to short the Qs. I missed that.
Um,
That would have been a
Bo
good
did a very
trade.
nice short on Tesla. I'm actually
Wow.
outside. It's bright. Let's put this one up. So Spy is selling off really bad. Did the president say anything? I think president
Yeah.
did mention something. What did he
I don't
say?
know what happened here, but this started to roll over,
No, I'm sure president
and
said
then
something.
maybe, and then the selling really started at 1026.
I think that's a news type of stuff. Did president say the T words again? Let's go to trading terminal and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of a president's announcement. Um, yeah, I'm really
Gonna
sold
bounce
off.
back now. Yeah, we're gonna bounce back a bit here, I think.
Yeah, Benzinga also
Oh,
doesn't say anything. I'm also listening to Benzinga. See,
all right. How's everyone's day doing?
LTX shares popping to the highs, 48.71. Moon Lake Immunotherapeutics up about 4% now. MLTX, Michael Lima Tango X-ray.
To the shade, guys. It's so bright here. Blind.
Peter, are you in a trade?
I am not. No, I just had that one early short on Nvidia, and then it said, unfortunately, I sort of got out of break even and was then distracted cranking my desk higher because I just had to get standing, and and I missed the big short here in Nvidia, so a little regretful for that.
Okay.
But other than that, you know, it's a quiet day, right? This is not the type of day that normally my strategies play very well. So
Uh-huh.
we're waiting, waiting. There'll be a better opportunity, I'm sure, coming. Maybe not today, but soon. Patience. Patience. Hey, Brian, you're pretty croaky here today. So impressed that you're still with us. You're
Uh,
obviously not feeling that good. Got to go get some tea with
no,
lemon and honey.
that's what I got right here.
There you
Got
go.
my
Look at
lemon
that.
and
Already
honey
on it.
going. Yeah.
Little ginger. Put some ginger in there.
Yeah,
Good to go.
yeah. Okay, I'm
Natural
short the
remedy.
cues.
Okay.
I've shorted the cues. 556 puts. I'm trading options. Okay, here we
Okay.
go. I'll sell some here at these options at 220.
And you go, Brian. Moves by the penny by Brian.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We're just selling. Maybe we'll get down to this 554 level. Got pretty close. That was yesterday's high. Okay, so that was a bit
Uh,
better.
did Andrew say where he's hanging out? He was in Portugal last time I or
Yeah, he was in Lisbon for a couple days, and then he
yeah.
said he was going to the Algarve down in the south.
Okay. Yep. Know it well. It's a great place. A lot of fun
Yeah.
down there. Okay.
Yes, I'm in Algarve. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I am in Algarve.
Did you go and
It's
visit
actually nice.
The Vegas of Portugal, that little town with all the kitschy shops and everything? And I can't remember what it's
Yeah,
called.
it is. It is really nice. Let me actually share my screen again. So I have to compensate because outside is really, really bright, so it was very difficult to see. So it's really nice, but
CLDI,
I was having issue.
Therapeutics halted on the way down, 99 cents hit a high of $1.33, probably limit delta.
I
India,
was having issue with my computer about unfortunately with sound. But yeah, but things are pretty bad in my bank account right now. So Nvidia really didn't want to break the highs.
I think you'll survive.
Yeah, I think I survived, but it was pretty bad. Hmm.
See what's the Q is going to do here. Still holding a few puts. I might get out of them. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it might bounce here.
Yeah, it's bouncing
I'm out
back
of
a little
them.
bit on you, Brian.
Yep, I'm out of them. That's okay. I had a really nice partial, and even the rest was pretty decent. So
Good.
Meta was a really nice trade at the open. A lot of people at the chat room, they It took it. It was a very nice, 5 minute opening range breakup, and it continued to be strong. That's what I was hoping to get on Nvidia to get this kind of move on that Meta is doing. Like I was really hoping to get on.
CAPR, Capricorn
And
Therapeutics moving here up about 10%. Charlie Alpha Papa Romeo.
Hood, we did a trade on Hood. Unfortunately, didn't make any money on that. It did go up
Yeah,
to
Hood was
94.50.
nice.
And I should have brought my Starlink. I'm in a hotel right now, and it's a 5-star hotel. But again, internet is always hit and miss. Um, Here I could do Starlink, put on my own Wi-Fi, but I just forgot to bring it. I have both the Starlink and Mini, and both of them are actually really amazing. So, um, and the speed for 1% trading is really good for even for live streaming and everything. But when you come into the 5-star hotels, really, Wi-Fi really hit and miss.
Yeah, I don't think it's being a 5-star hotel is any guarantee for good Wi-Fi. I think the SPY's gonna maybe drop some more here. Qs.
Lindy Accarino on X now says, after 2 incredible years, I've decided to step down as the CEO of X.
Oh, CEO of X is stepping down. She's done with
Yeah,
Elon Musk.
maybe she's gonna be maybe one of his running candidates for his party.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult to work with someone like Elon Musk. It's really, really difficult.
Yeah,
I know, Sean. I mean, I'm
there
telling
was.
you, I mean, again, internet is super hit and miss when you're traveling. Super hit and miss. But now with the Starlink is really reasonable. You have a pricing and you have it for yourself. But the only thing that you need on Starlink is having a connection to the sky. Some of the hotels they just don't have the window or balcony that you can actually get the signal. But in this particular hotel, I knew that you can have
IMRX
the balcony.
continuing now to pop here. India Micro Romeo X-ray 436. Shares up about 8.5% on IMRX.
Guys, I gotta start, hop off a little bit earlier. I'm sorry about the issues that I had for at the open. I don't know what happened in the open. My computer was acting really weird. Um, so I am going to also traveling tomorrow. So Friday I'm gonna back in the office. So tomorrow I think Thor is gonna trade in the chat room with Brian. Tomorrow it's my
Okay.
traveling day. So I'll fly out from Lisbon. For Friday, I'm going to be back at the office in Vancouver. And then, well, yeah, Friday we're going to do the giveaway because I don't have the program in my laptop. Thanks again, and sorry about these guys. And Thor is coming after this. He actually traded Thor really nice short. Like before the market drops, Thor saw the weakness in the futures. He shorted really nicely on he was an Apple, and then I think I don't know if he did it or not, but it was a really nice short that he did right from R3. Um, Thanks everybody, guys, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
All right. See you later. Um, Safe travels back. Yes. Oh, a lot of stuff is now dropping. This was the queues kind of set up for Peter's Mountain Pass. I am kind of surprised it didn't take it. Same with Nvidia. Kind of a double top there.
Yeah, it was sort of,
VLTR
but
double
not
top.
not quite enough.
Not quite.
Not quite enough. Yeah, unfortunately.
Look, the Qs really gave a nice double top there. Same with I thought Nvidia. I don't usually look for that, so yeah, I don't know. Tesla's it's funny. Uh I think Dan Ives, who's a big Tesla bull, kind of was going off on what he thought the board should do to rein in Elon.
Well, look, I've been saying that for a while, right? If you're on the board, I
Yeah,
gotta think that you're saying, "Come on, for the love of God, like please," because every time Elon, gets political aspirations, Tesla stock tends to take a hit, right, or two. So I
yeah,
don't know. It's an interesting situation. I mean, Tesla, I mean, let's face it, that's not all that's wrong with Tesla. Tesla sales are continuing to show some weakness, and their competition is really sort of ramping up, right? I mean, there's something like in North America alone, there's like 40 different EVs that you could potentially buy, and in China, geez, I don't even know how many there are, probably 100 different models. So, yeah, it's they're not alone in the market anymore like they used to be. So, it makes it harder for them to achieve their targeted growth.
well, BYD is supposedly well, obviously is the biggest EV company
Hmm. Yep.
in the world, and I think their manufacturing facility is like a small city.
I can only imagine. That's a lot of Chinese manufacturing. They do tend to set it up that way, right? Where they're, I've
Yep.
seen shows where they've showcased like even just the iPhone where, sort of plants where it's like an entire, like you said, it's like a city, right? They have the factory, they have shops, they have schools, they have medical, all of that. So you basically never have
Yeah.
to leave work. Be weird. Imagine growing up as a kid and you're like, all I know is iPhone assembly. I've lived at the iPhone assembly plant my entire life. All right, guys, I'm still, I have to admit, in a lot of like Romo here on Nvidia.
Yeah.
Could have got a great entry over 140, 164 with a
Yeah.
great like 30-cent risk. Now I'd be looking at what, a buck 50? Yeah, it would have 5 to 1. It's beautiful. And here I am
Yeah.
on the
We're
sidelines. Dang it.
we're really selling off here on the Qs. We're back down. Well, the Qs are right at yesterday's high now, so it was well above there a while ago. And the SPY has kind of come in now, and it's down at below yesterday's high. So whatever news hit the market around 10:30, that's has taken the wind out of the buyers.
Jesus.
Yeah, here we go. Another leg lower. What's the bond market doing? Let's see. TLT is up a little bit, which means yields are down. Yeah, we might. I don't know if we're going to go red on the day. It's sure the spy's sure heading in that direction.
Man,
Maybe a
just
bounce
getting
here
text
somewhere.
messages. Getting messages from the shop. It looks like the parts are another week until they get the parts. I'm really not impressed here.
Yeah.
First world problems. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, look, who took the trade for me? Paris. Of course Paris did. Paris took it. Oh, look at that. That's the entry,
Right.
Paris. You the man. Oh, pretty. Pretty, pretty,
Very
pretty,
nice.
pretty. Pretty. Oh, see?
Yeah, look at that nice double
Ernesto,
top.
it's beginning to feel like that. What's the dragon, Brian?
The dragon?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
What's that?
I don't know. Yeah,
Where are you looking?
I don't think he's renting a 911 to go in a dragon boat race. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I love the car, but
Oh,
I
we're
don't think it does so well in lake-like conditions. To admit, I don't know what the dragon. I assume it's a car. It's a race, or let's see. I don't even know where in the world is this dragon. I'm getting like a million hits on the dragon. So the Rensport Dragon Rally, is this it? I know
Look at
Rensport. I'm a
that.
member. Let's see. It looks like they only had events at the beginning of June and end of October, so I don't see one happening next week. East Tennessee. Okay, so it's a different race than that one.
Hmm.
Whoa, Tail of the Dragon. 318 curves across an 11-mile stretch. Now, that sounds like a good road. Where is this? Not for the faint of heart. I like it.
Well, I had to take my car in to get serviced. So I was a little
Oh,
bit thinking, okay, what's that going to cost me?
yeah.
But it didn't cost me anything. Apparently, it's
Oh,
all included.
oh, wow.
So there you
There you
go.
go. Bonus.
I know. They handed me the papers and didn't ask for my credit card, which I was kind of just waiting. I was waiting to pull out the wallet.
Yeah. Wow.
Mind you, they
That's very
didn't
nice.
do a lot, but yeah, you changed the filter in the car and the air conditioning, and what did they do? They changed the brake fluid. All gratis.
Oh, okay.
All gratis.
Wow, I'm actually surprised all of that was even
I know.
free. So
Especially BMW.
nice.
BMW, I think, stands for bring money with you.
Weekly? Bring money with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring money with you.
Okay.
Let's see here. See if we're gonna find a bottom here on the Qs. SPY continues to look weak. Well, it's not a trade I want to take right now. Nvidia is sort of coming back up now. It's retesting the VWAP. PLTR is coming back up. There goes Q is another leg lower.
Oh,
Maybe
should
a
have held on to
bounce
those
here.
options.
I know. Well, it kind of bounced back up, so yeah. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna grab some
Pretty quiet
breakfast.
day.
Yeah, it's the Qs are selling off.
Go grab a nap, Brian.
Gonna grab some breakfast. Yeah. And some more lemon and honey. Hopefully
Perfect.
yeah. So get rid of this Barry White.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go sing some Barry White. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So
Yeah.
it's
Can't get enough of your love, babe.
That's right. You got to walk into the kitchen and talk to your wife and say, "Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Yeah.
Hey,
Enjoy it.
baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Enjoy
Take
it while
care."
it lasts.
Man, that's great. He's got like the full like Barry White voice going right
It
now.
does.
Oh,
It's so good. Hey, my name's Brian. What's up?
Hey.
So is that the voice you used that got you the free service for your car? I think is probably what it was.
Maybe.
Right?
I
I
doubt
think
it.
you walked up to them and you were like, "Do you not understand that I am the prophet of profit?" And they're
Although
just like,
maybe
they're like, "Oh yeah, it is. Okay, sorry, so sorry."
maybe he walked in with that voice
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh my God, he's sick. Just take it. Don't just go away.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Don't
that's
give it
true.
to us."
You know what,
He's
Peter? I
not-
actually think that might be it.
He's not wearing a
We don't
mask.
want it. Yeah,
He's
we
not
don't want
wearing
it.
a mask.
Wanna run
Yeah.
away.
All right.
All right, we'll leave
All
you
right.
to it, Thor.
See you.
Have a
Right on.
wonderful day, everybody. Trade smart.
Absolutely. Oh, what is going on YouTube? Good to see everybody out there. How are you all? It is great to see you. We are getting switched up here and getting everybody on here for the switch. We do have Dr. V coming on with us here in a little bit. I just wanted to, and I think that's a good thing because I do think I have a mental condition that I want to talk to everybody about, honestly. And that condition is why I do not have the ability to go long, even when the market is strong. Like I don't. So as you can see on my screen here, I had a gorgeous R3 short on Apple that I had to endure for such a long time because the market was in a full rally, right? And while the market's in a full rally, I'm just sitting here in Apple like, oh God, like I hate my life today, right? Because I'm sitting here in Apple and I didn't trade any futures today because I didn't really like where we were in them to play them. So I thought I've had two really good days on futures this week already. Yeah, Senor Contrarian for sure, right? Yeah, or senior, depending on if you're saying I'm old or not. But I don't know. So hopefully, while the good doctor's here, she can help us figure out why I have the mental condition that I do, which is why I can't long the stinking market at any point in time. I'm always short. I'm like a perma bear. Doctor, how do I do this? How do I get it? Everyone say hi to the doctor. Thumbs up and all that. Good to see you.
I mean, I am also guilty of that, so I don't know how can I help. I'm more a bear than a bull, that's for sure. And we talked about it the other day, like sometimes it feels dirty to go along, right?
It
For
really
some reason.
does.
It's like I need to go like up the stairs. Like I don't like that.
No, I've got
I
a
want to
real
take the
problem.
elevator.
I got a real problem. Now, what you said is right, though. I mean, once the market got moving, my fill didn't take too long, but sitting here in a bull all morning, squeezing crazy FOMC day, don't know what to do. And I'm just like, Apple's the only thing short today. Let's pick that one. So I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't think anyone does.
Well,
So
you followed your plan, right? So
that I
there's
did.
wrong there.
That I did. So
And
we'll
it's exactly, I mean, it's not wrong at all. Like you are seeing the market rally, but your system is telling you that Apple is in a short place, so you short it. That's
It's
what you
true.
should do. And
It's
not
true.
following your plan would be, oh, I'm freaked out because I see we're rallying. So maybe I shouldn't take the setup. And then you open your monitor later and you just see that the trade worked without you. So, I mean, good job. That's
Oh,
perfect.
thank you. So I like that answer. That's certainly I'll take it, but I still don't know. I think I'm with you there. It is. I think maybe that is the thing. Everything is so high up in the chart right now. I just don't feel comfortable being long at premium, and so I think that's why I naturally gravitated to this trade. So before we get into the day, because we did get some topics yesterday, and then I sent those to the good doctor. So and. She went through and took out. So she's got some things to work with you guys. Of course, maybe a little meditation at the end. So lots of fun things for y'all to look forward to. So there was only one question today that I think is really important that we get into, and that was by Sean V asking Dr. V, do we get another classic rock band shirt today? And I'm pretty sure that answer is yes. So you are
My
welcome,
favorite
everybody.
today.
So as you can see, the answer to that very question is yes. So how cool. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. And Dr. V, of course, this is Wednesday, and Wednesdays are Brains Day at BBT. So when you're on, when you have the spare time, it's really more your show than mine. So I'll kind of let you kind of do what you do best and change some lives.
So first of all, thank you very much. Welcome everyone. You are at the best place to be, right? You are in the best trading community. Bearable traders don't trade alone. I made my baby step with this community. I've met amazing people, generous people. I mean, it's the best community in the world. Point. So today I wanted maybe to talk about resilience. I had a very nice conversation this morning with one member of my Discord, and it really is something important, a topic. I want to address your question, but I think that if you agree, it will maybe be a better idea to have a topic every week that we can more like dig into. I don't want to give you like superficial answers with platitude and stuff like that. I really want to dive deep in topics. So I don't know if you agree. Give me a 1 or a thumbs up if you are in for maybe having a weekly topic and have some meditation at the end. I think it is so important. I do it every day in my private practice as a trading coach or a clinical psychologist, because it helps to rewire the brain so effectively. Okay. The idea is if you want to make it in trading, you will have to change the way you approach almost everything. And meditation will get you there faster. Okay.
Yeah, Doc, you've got a
Because,
whole lot of ones in the chat there. So I think people are
yay,
liking what you're saying there. I think we got about 20 ones going right now. So I think
that's
that
perfect.
they are feeling, they're feeling what you're saying here.
Um, yeah, like I said, also, I think the first time last week when I was with you the first time, I want to be as transparent as possible with you. I want to be raw and true, and that's why I just don't want to answer, like, give you short answers on topics. I think they're all important. All your questions are super important. And I think we go through kind of the same trading curriculum psychologically, all of us. Okay, we start somewhere and then we go through the journey and we have kind of the same bumps around, like along the road. So I completely feel you. Also, I'm not too far away from that painful beginning because I'm only 3 years and a couple of months in. So I'm making it now, but I'm still very close to where I was not making it at all. Okay. So anyways,
Good point.
yeah, so resilience. What is resilience is embracing the pain and knowing what to do with it. But first of all, it's just feeling the pain and not wanting it like to just disappear or go away. Work with pain. I think winning in trading is on the other side of this long tunnel of pain. And I also think that why so few make it is because they're not willing to go through it. So trading is not so much about money, interestingly, but more about transformation. So I don't know if it resonates with you. So as I was feeling
I know
a
that
little,
resonates with me a whole lot, right? Like one of the things I've said for such a long time, right, is when I read Andrew's book, How to Become a, how to day trade for a living, right? Nobody told me when I did that, like I was going to have to become a better person, like in order to like, get to where I was going to go. And, Ben Colts in the chat room says, I think something you've said clearly, which is, it's a really spiritual journey, this whole like trading thing, but we start doing this. We all think, hey, I'm going to read a book. It's going to be some math. I'm smart. It's cool. We can do this. I mean, but in reality, it's like it has nothing to do with how smart you are. I mean, most people in here are going to be really smart, but what you're talking about is, I think, is where we really separate who actually successfully becomes a day trader that can do it consistently over time. Like you have to improve on more levels than just learning technical stuff. Ben, spot, man.
yeah, you need to transform a lot. And yeah, champion, I heard about Vipassana. I didn't do a whole one, but I had 3 retreats of 5 days. So it's not a real Vipassana, where we were just sitting in silence and meditating all freaking day. My body would hurt. Okay.
I don't
And
know how you
also,
did it.
it's
I don't know how you did it. Anyone in this YouTube who knows me, they already know me sitting still in one spot all day for days, not talking. Oh, maybe I need to go. Oh, maybe I need to
Yeah,
do
the
this.
not talking part, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, what are you gonna do?
And then yeah. So but it really, I mean, my body was hurting so much. Like I just talking about it,
Impressive.
I feel like my shoulders, like you wouldn't think your shoulders would hurt from meditating, right? You're just sitting there. Why would my back hurt? But it hurt so much. But during that time, something opened within me. And although you think you're not doing anything, something is happening inside of you, not only in your mind, but in your core consciousness. You get a sense of something deeper inside of you, like this calm and peaceful place. And it brings focus as well as distance. Just to separate ourselves from our thoughts and emotions. We are not them. We are not our brain in some way. We need the brain to be conscious, but we also have to detach from it because the brain's job is just to think all the time and talk to you all the time. We have the little voice, right? Some people have more, but that's another story. But we, hey there. It
That's
is
not funny.
the brain's job. And we also have to look at the brain as just another organ. It's a very complex one, okay? But still, it's just an organ doing its job. Let's normalize stuff here again. So we need to detach and not believe everything that comes out of it. And you know what is true when you feel it. Okay? It's not just about doing, it's about being. We talked about that too. It's about being conscious that I have some thought patterns. I have some habits in my head too. That's very interesting because we think habits are just at the behavior level, but they're not. We have habits on how we see the world, how we learn to protect ourselves from the world, maybe. Also, we have some glasses. Each one of us see the colors differently, see life interactions differently. Okay, so just being aware of that and taking a step back is so, I mean, amazing. And especially in trading, you don't want to be like this with your charts. You need distance. Okay, you need to detach yourself from what the markets are trying to do with you, making you have a reaction. I have a nice short setup on ES right now setting up.
I really resonate a lot with what you're saying. So one thing I want to, so I kind of make the meditation joke. So, but since Dr. V has come into the Bear Bull Traders community, I actually have tried meditation. I actually went to one of her small group meditation sessions that she was doing. And it was really, really helpful. So, and at the end of this, we'll make sure everyone has her contact information, how to get in touch with her if you're interested in attending some of those kind of things and seeing it, because in that environment specifically, there's something more real about how it is in this kind of smaller group environment that I really enjoyed. But in that meditation cycle, and this was a much smaller one, obviously, but I even had that similar moment that you're describing where all of a sudden, like, this awareness just came to me, and all of a sudden I start thinking to myself, I trade setups, don't take trades. Like, I don't take trades, I take setups. And it just kind of, I went into that day and I just felt this kind of relaxation throughout the day. And I've actually, my trading since then, and I was showing everybody that, the Apple trade I had, the whole time I was in this trade, I was not concerned at all with whether it worked or not. And like it was a really well taken trade. I jest and have fun because why am I short when the entire market is long? But I love the trade. Like it was exactly the way I wanted to take it. But it's kind of funny. It wasn't really even a trade, right? It was just a setup. So, and it was like, so there was no stress in its outcome because its outcome was irrelevant. And I got a lot of that from listening to you, which is why I'm so excited that we get to bring you out kind of onto YouTube for everybody else, because, you know, so much of this is going on behind the BBT paywall, if you say, with all your other sessions, but everyone out here isn't getting to get this. So it's pretty awesome. So appreciate it. So you were like an ES, huh? Let's see how that goes.
Well, we came back into my downtrend on the 1 hour, and it looks like we rejected my downtrend. So, yeah, we're still in the context of going down. But I'm also sitting in silver in a short for like 3 hours now. No, 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
I don't
waiting
even
for
think I've
silver
looked
to
at
break the
silver.
trend. Well, it
Fantastic.
broke the trend. Anyways, but yeah, I want to talk about pain today. What is pain for you in trading? What does it look like? Detach with a short and yes. Hi, Gonzalo. Gonzalo is here.
Yes, our buddy.
Your mental is good, but you don't know your setup. We have a problem.
Yeah, that's gotta get worked out.
So losing money, FOMO, being wrong, losing 4R, that's a lot. Okay. So I like this topic. Not following strategy, losing money, taking notes. Okay. Pain is where I break my rules, so not following the plan, things I'm supposed to do. Waiting. Okay, so let's start with my favorite, fear of losing money. I really don't know how we could trade without losing money. I mean, it's just not possible. It's like I want to drive my car, but I don't want to use gas. Like my gas tank has to be always full, but I want to drive. It's like I want a business, but I don't want any expenses. Like I'm opening a coffee shop, but I don't want to buy beans because now I don't want to spend money. In trading, losing is part of the business. It's a business expense, okay? It is a setup that didn't work out. Okay, so losing money actually protects the rest of your money. If you're doing it correctly, of course. Okay, there's a way to lose. And also there's an amount you should be allowed to lose so that you don't freak out. What I see often is that people take too many shares. What I also see is that people go live too soon. Okay, stop doing that. If you are not comfortable enough in your system, in trading, in the time frame, maybe you're still trying to figure out what is your time frame. Okay, don't go live. You go live when you're comfortable with your system, but also comfortable with the system that might not work today or this week, right? And I think that if you're still afraid of losing money, you shouldn't go live, that's for sure. And also, you need maybe to build more trust in the way you trade and the way you lose. You should brag about your losing trades, not about your winning trades, right? Because the way we lose, if we lose well, we win. So the first focus should be, I embrace the pain of a losing trade. I sit in it. Like I feel it. I feel the pain, and we will meditate on pain today. I want you guys to feel pain. Just observe it. Okay? Sit in it and let it go. It is just a losing trade. You need to be smart with your risk management. You cannot own a business if you're reckless with your money. Okay? So losers are small compared to your winners. Always.
Couldn't agree
You know,
more with that statement. I wanted to talk real quick on something, if you don't mind if I
of
interject, because
course.
Faro was saying, but Thor said, don't trade in sim for too long. So when I said that in the context, what I mean is once you are confident and have your system to put together and you are consistently profitable, it is time to get out of sim and get moving, right? Because there is a certain level when you're trading in sim, because it's a video game, that you will get bored. And if you have a working system, just in my experience of mentoring people, once they've gotten to a point of consistency in sim, if they stay there too long, they start making adjustments. And the thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But since there's no money and they've now got a system, you kind of lose the excitement. So you start trying to push for bigger money, you start doing tighter stops to try and make more with it and start messing around with things. And really, you're just ready to get live and start making some money. And then I actually recommend before sim using some kind of like an evaluation account for like even like a funded or, BBT funded or one of the others, right? So you can actually kind of expose yourself to the market a little bit that way. There's never a rush to get your money in there until you should be called to it. You should go into it saying, man, I'm ready. I want to get my money into the market, So that's kind of more of where I was at on that.
Yeah, there's really no rush. I would recommend, I think like a whole year could be great.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say a whole year, I'm not saying you just do random stuff every day. You jump on different setups. You are trying, you strategy hop every time it doesn't work. I'm saying you are building a system and habits in sim. You practice the same system and you put it to the test. You go back to the lab if something is wrong, okay? If it's not wrong, you test it more and more and more. And I still trade in sim. Like I take setups during the day when I'm done trading. I take setup in sim because I still want to practice my muscle memory. I want to take the setup and then back test it afterwards. So I think I will always practice in sim like an athlete. And I have game days and I have practice days, and that's fine. But just make sure when you transition to live, I want your body to feel that you're ready. Not your head, not, yeah, but I heard you should be ready after a year or after 6 months. Oh, my body is making money and I don't want any timeline. Don't pressure yourself with time. You have no idea how long it's going to take you to
You're ready
become.
when you're ready.
Exactly. And that doesn't matter. Don't compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with yourself. Okay? Let's say you want to run a marathon. Maybe you will need more practice than some other people, and that's fine. Okay? But please think of me. Okay? She told me that I needed to feel I was comfortable enough respecting my rules. Like when I took the trade short on silver, I respected my entry criteria. Okay? That's a habit. I do not think at all when I take a trade. I take it. Oh, I have a setup. I have an entry criteria. I enter. I'm comfortable enough now because I've done it so many times and I know it works because it is so simple It is so old, right? Trend lines, so old. And they're powerful. So I trust them. I don't have 5, 6 criteria to enter a trade. It's pretty simple. So find something that works for you, okay? And losing, embrace it, love it. Oh, my loser is such a cutie. Like, I want you to find your losers cute. Okay? Don't be afraid of them. Just embrace them. I see you. I feel it. It's not nice to have a losing trade, okay? I mean, if the silver trade doesn't work, that sucks, right? But I don't really care. And then I'm gonna study like later today or tonight, like what didn't work, what could I've done better in the future, like what, yeah. So learn from it, okay?
That
But if
trend
you
line thing is the real deal, by the way, and I'll have to send this or share it in here maybe somehow to you. But we actually caught on the when we were watching the visual order book yesterday, we actually caught an algorithm that was following a trend line right down it, so you can actually see the line on in the order book as the algorithm was following the trend line down, and immediately thought of basically one of these similar conversations I've heard from you. I was like, oh, look at that thing just following that line. And as soon as it came back through it, you could see the bias hit and it squeezed off of it. And I was like, there it goes. But I've never actually caught it so precisely, but I'll have to, yes, I had saw that. So it was pretty wild to see that. So that's pretty cool though. But they really do work. And they're, like she said, there's algos hitting those things and they're very powerful. And it's an old instrument that a lot of people have focused on. I mean, I remember my grandfather with a ruler drawing trend lines.
So, and also the same with a losing streak, okay? If you find yourself having a losing streak, you need to assess when you journal, am I following my rules? If yes, then the price just didn't follow the plan, right? The price did something else. It's a probability. So, but usually when we are in a losing streak, we somehow put ourselves in the way. So very important to assess that. And how do you feel psychologically? And one thing we really have to do every trading day, we need to reset. Like yesterday never happened. It's not because I had 3 days in a row red trades on the same setup that I shouldn't take the setup today. Forget all about it. It's just a trading day. Please do yourself a favor there. And also take a break. Maybe you just need to be off the chart for a little bit. Take 1 day off. Recharge. Markets are difficult. Trading is hard, especially when you're trying to figure out how to make it. Okay, so don't hesitate to take a break and to recharge and to look at things. And I'm telling you, if you take that break, even if it's only 1 day, you will approach things differently. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
And Thor, how does pain look like in trading?
How does pain look like in trading for me? For me now, mostly I have pain associated when I don't follow my own rule set. Because that's really what I'm focused on. I'm really not concerned with the outcome. Actually, in an interesting way, I really don't pay attention to a lot of fundamentals. I have a very specific system that I trade, and as long as I honor it, it treats me very, very well. So I think I get the most upset when I'm not honoring the system that I've already put out, because it's like, it's kind of like a self-trust violation. It's like, dude, you know what you're supposed to do, you know how you do it, you've seen it happen a million times. Like, why are you still second guessing? Like, why are you thinking right now is actually what I'll say to myself. I'll be like, why are you thinking right now? Just, it's not in the right spot. What are you doing? So, and that's kind of more of what I get frustrated at now is just even having such a well-defined system and still at times like not honoring it the way I should.
Yeah, so not following, I think some people also mentioned that in the chat, that not following the plan hurts. And I am 100% agreeing with this. It hurts so much because we cheat ourselves. So never forget that. Every time you're not following your rules, it's like telling yourself, I cannot trust myself.
Mm.
And
it kills my confidence in my next
exactly.
like 5 or 6 trades now. Like my confidence is done because it's like if I can't trust me to follow the rules, then that's everything has the potential to fall apart. That's the only time I really get anxious now is when I start doing that. I'm like, what am I doing here? Get back into it. Focus. So
And we start also to lose focus. We start to, yeah, like be very overwhelmed with different contradictory thoughts of how it should work or not. And we end up like in this blurry vision of what we're doing. So we are damaging ourselves so much when we don't respect the rules. It is not worth it. It takes time. When you traumatize yourself psychologically, your brain will stay in this alert state more, well, longer, right? The emotional brain, the amygdala, like these two little structure in your emotional brain that fires when there's a threat, will be more activated and for a longer time if you keep cheating yourself. You need to build trust in yourself. Okay, so please follow the rules. It's like, again, my cherry pie analogy, right? If you're trying to cook a cherry pie, you need to follow the recipe. If you change something, it's not gonna taste or look like it. And you will like doubt yourself, like, how come I don't end up with a cherry pie? What's wrong with me? Well, you put salt and cocoa and pineapple in there. So why? I don't know, like I felt like I had the intuition, or I felt, or it looked good, or yeah, but you're cooking a cherry pie, right? So I would advise to stop doing that, especially if you back test your trades and you see that if you would have just followed your plan, you would have a great trade most of the time. Then just stop messing around, okay? So get the self-awareness to say, what am I doing right? Okay, what am I doing right? Do more of it. What do I do wrong? Repeatedly. Stop doing that. Okay, I'm sorry, that's a very simple answer. Stop doing the same mistake. Just stop, right? Yes, I did a
absolutely.
PhD. I did a PhD just to say that.
That's absolutely true. Oh my gosh. But that's true. I always like the recipe analogy, and I think like some people, like obviously, like once you learn how to bake an apple pie, everyone maybe has a little bit of a different here and there on like maybe you like a little pinch more of salt or a little bit. Otherwise, the structure of the whole entire thing is together. Right. So, but it's like, but if you're not even putting the right ingredients, then why would you ever even expect an apple pie to come out? And I think that's why I got so frustrated, like I was talking about, because like for me, confidence doesn't come from knowing what is going to happen. I never know what's going to happen. I just know what I'm going to do based upon what could happen. Right. So that's what gives me confidence because I kind of think about what could happen. I now know what I'm going to do. So that's why I don't like it when I violate rules, because that's really kind of the center of my confidence in trading is that I'm very, very good at replicative behavior, right? So I'm going to do that. And as long as I keep doing it, I should expect the same result. And for, half a decade or a little bit more, that's been absolutely true. I've been hitting these same levels the same way, maybe actually getting better thanks to actually some work with Dr. V. I've been doing much better long holds. But yeah, it's so true, everything you're saying there.
And we also had, so not following, losing, knowing what I'm supposed to do. I missed another, like, what is pain for you? Okay, what is painful for you? You have to go through pain. Okay, if you think you just read a couple of books and listen to a couple of webinars, you're gonna make it. That's not enough. Okay, that is not enough. You need to endure the pain. And on the other side of it, that is very rewarding. But you have to go through that tunnel. I'm telling you, I can't say that enough. Are you ready to go through it and to do exactly what you're supposed to do? Just obey. Are you ready to obey? Obey the freaking markets. Obey the price. That's our job. Okay, the markets, they don't care about your personality or your choices or your thoughts, beliefs, expectations. Okay, you're like so good at analyzing what's going to happen. Guess what? Nobody cares. Nobody's chasing your stop either, by the way. Okay, the market does what it has to do. And that's your job to follow that without saying anything back, without talking back to the markets. You obey. And that, I know, just that is hard.
Mhm.
But you will get rewarded if you obey and follow the price. You'll get rewarded. If you obey your own rules and stop thinking and messing around and changing stuff, you will get rewarded.
Especially on the fly, like you were saying, just throwing stuff into the recipe for no reason. You know, it's like you had a whole plan and now you're in the middle of the day and you're just doing random stuff. It's like that wasn't even your plan. Like, why are you doing it? You know, that's very what self-sabotaging, you know, when you're doing that. Like you like how are let's say it even works, then what? Like tomorrow, how are you going to do it again? You just made money and you have no idea why or how you made money. So even in that aspect of it, you're almost setting yourself up for failure tomorrow by not following that rule today, because now you're just going to inject lots of variables into it. It's going to be so difficult.
Look at charts, like, just ending the topic on obeying the markets. The charts, see them as the way we have to read what's happening. It's like a roadmap. It's like a language. Listen to it, watch it, what the chart is telling you in the present moment. And that is also why meditation is so important. It gets us back to the present moment quicker, because the brain also loves to make sense of stuff that is not yet there.
Mm.
We are planners, we are doers. We want to know. I want to know. I want to control. You will never know here. That is also why it is so spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing you can do about it. And fear of holding your position for the target. Who is afraid of holding their position? Yes, indecision, Sean. Yeah, of course. You can see not too long. Yeah. Okay, come on. So who has trouble holding their trades? Somebody holds too much. I just can't let go. Okay.
This is
And
gonna be a huge problem for everybody. I mean, come on, people. Like, don't do that. Don't forget to likes and thumbs up and all that stuff for the doc since we're hitting the
yay.
thing. Like, how awesome is she to be bringing us like this? This is incredible content, people. So make sure. But yeah, of course, I think everyone has trouble holding. I've obviously gotten a little bit better at it, but don't act like I don't have trouble with it. I just do it. You know what I mean? But I mean, but it looks like
So,
everyone. Was that everyone that said me?
and
Pretty sure that was everyone.
yeah, so here I want you guys to be naked. Okay, we tell the truth here. Okay, not physically naked. You can put, but psychologically naked. Please be true and raw with me. Okay, with us. This is your time. Like this is our time. Okay, to share the pain. Okay, trading is hard. Come here like it's a therapy session. Okay, let's be real with each other. Let's support each other. Okay, we've got this. Okay, don't trade alone. So, holding winners. Why is it so hard to hold a winning trade, yet so easy to hold a losing trade? Right? So holding is part of your system. You have an entry, you have a stop, and you have a target. Again, if you're baking a cherry pie and it's 30 minutes in the oven, you don't have to take the cherry pie after 15 minutes. What will happen if you bake, and please try this at home. Try to bake a cake this afternoon, take it out of the oven after a quarter of the time or 50% of the time and eat it. Okay, actually eat it. Okay, for those, this is the exercise this week. For those who have trouble holding to their target, please bake a cake and eat it before it's ready for me. And tell us next week how
it went.
Okay, maybe you will stop.
There's
Okay,
gonna be a
you
lot of
will
messy
stop.
kitchens. A lot of messy kitchens coming.
Yeah, so try to eat that. You have to hold to your target because that's part of the recipe and there's no other reason to it. If you find yourself having maybe targets that are too far away when you backtest your system, that's another thing. Then you go back to the lab and you assess your targets, right? But you need at least 20 trades of just letting the system do the work. You set the bracket and you go paint your nails. You do anything, like you bake a cake, you go for a walk, you go to the gym, you take care of your family. Put the bracket and be free. Also about partialing, one of my favorite topic. I often have questions like, when should I partial? Is it okay to partial? With my style, I don't really do that. But also what I find funny is that people partial their winning trade, but they never partial their losing trade.
So true.
So we hold for the whole stop loss without any problem, but we partial towards the target. Right? If the trade goes in the opposite direction, you should partial too, right? Why hitting the full size on the stop, but not hitting the full size on the target? I love the hand, hand signs at the same time.
I'm waiting for a good answer here. I'm just gonna start saying preach. You guys already know about me and partials, so we're just gonna do this. And just as a technical thing, just remember, if you're in a position and you get 2R and you take half that position off, you now got to get to 4R to get another 1R if you take half off. Every time you cut that position, you have to get a better, longer, further moving trade to make the same amount of money. You're gonna do better. This is where, if you're into scalping especially, and you're just trying to hit a key level and go from level to level, who even cares about how much money you're making on the backside? Just make sure you're not losing too much money on your trade and then hit the level and hit the target. It's a scalp. right? It's very important to know the difference between when you're trying to do what I'm doing here, which is a day trade, right? Where I'm going to run the entire ATR on the day on Apple, like I did today, versus when you're hitting a key level and you're trying to get a big drop. But if you can get in tune with that, your RVR is going to be so much better and you're not going to drive yourself crazy, which is awesome. You know, less crazy. I'll go with less crazy, maybe.
And because of fear, like somebody's mentioning, like because of fear, we don't hold, or we hold the stop loss because we are hoping. Okay, hope is not a strategy.
That's a 4-letter word is what that is.
Yeah, and it's not a trading strategy. Okay, so don't rely on hope. It's not working. But anyways, I think fear, the only way out of fear is through it. Again, another tunnel, you have to go in the fear. You have to look at the fear. You're like tapping on the shoulder of fear, and fear turns around and you look at fear in their eyes and you're like, okay, now I see you. I am afraid of this. Let's go and try what happens if I go through fear. What will happen? What will happen to you if the trade doesn't work? You will lose a little bit of money. Like I'm losing money now on silver, more potentially than not. So it is only what will happen. A losing trade. What is so fearful about that? What is so scary? Why? Why being so scared? Because we are wired for survival. Losing money, it's not a good idea for us to survive. We need to keep the money. We want to make it back. I get it. But you need to desensitize that part of your brain and just embrace the fear of losing by just letting it happen to you consciously, like not trying to avoid pain. The more you will try to avoid pain, the more you will create it. We create what we think about. If we only think about not losing, okay, we will create that in another form. So very important to get self-aware of what am I afraid of. And sometimes we are unconsciously afraid of winning. We talked about that last week. Okay, so please try to pin down what are you afraid of, knowing that trading is about uncertainty and about losing. It is not about money. It is about the right behaviors. And the right behaviors will get you there. Money is just an accessory, a byproduct. The goal is to have the right behaviors. Embrace fear, and I promise you, that is a part of your spiritual journey, okay? And I promise you that it's gonna help. Every work that you do psychologically for your trading will have positive impacts in your life in general, okay? When I work with mentees, I work them holistically as a person, not as a trader, because the markets, I cannot be more thankful for the markets, for what they showed me. They taught me self-love. How weird is that? And by the way, I wrote the first page of my book 2 days ago, and I wrote a little bit yesterday too. So it's
Ooh.
officially in the writing process.
Oh my goodness, that is exciting. So I am very much looking forward to this when this happens. You know, for all of us Dr. V fans out. Yeah, that's right, EA, let's go. Right. So very, very exciting. And I think everyone, I think on that news, we can throw some celebrates and some loves on that into the room. Don't
That's
forget
really
to make
great.
sure, you know, just to get our, you know, our what do we call it? Our policy stuff out of the way. Don't forget, we still have our Elite 4th of July sale running for BBT family. We have it linked up at the top. We'll be sharing that in at the end. Remember that only lasts as long as Andrew realizes it's still up. Right. So it technically should have opened already, but he's on vacation. He's sitting by a pool looking like Rico Suave right now, and having a really good time, and all of these things. So luckily he's not paying attention. And as long as he's not paying attention, we still have deals. So it's still 50% off on the 1 year. So if you want it,
That's
do it.
great.
Also, we're gonna get in posted some of Dr. V's information. You already know where to find me on Twitter, but and or X, I guess is what they call it now, and you know, on the gram and all that stuff. At Thor Young, I'm there. But we'll make sure Dr. V's information gets all to you, especially if you're looking to work with her privately. You know, if anyone from the end of this little get together is really saying to myself, the stuff she's talking about is really hitting me hard, and maybe I've got a personal issue, not a trading issue, and that's why I'm not successful. You know, this is the reason to, you know, to talk with the doctor individually. And I know she's in high demand, so you better get to her now while there's space. So, because I know many of y'all are going to be looking forward to this meditation session I think we're closing out with. So I wanted to make sure we got all of that going and got that out of the way before then. So that's my housekeeping rules there, Doc. So I'll leave it to you for the rest.
Thank you so much. I also have the Back to the Futures lunch session in BBT Elite webinar room at noon today. And we have our meetup, right, this weekend?
That's right. Meetup. St.
Happening?
Augustine is happening. So I'll share the link back into that. Remember, so some of you may or may not know, but it's, you know, I've been telling you all week that there's going to be fun people coming by the meetup to hang out. So come on down. St. Augustine, Florida, this weekend, Saturday, we got space. Come on and hang out.
Yes, please come with us. And I for the final announcement, I'm also working on a futures course for BBT. So it's gonna be, I think, in the day trading section. At the end of the summer, it should be done. So I'm working on basic courses, what are futures, how they work, my watch list, my strategies. So I will make sure to let you know when it is ready. But I'm also working on that. So pretty busy
Awesome.
summer.
Busy summer and epic news. Everybody, like I said, that 4th of July sale is still going right now. Don't know how long it is till we do 50% again. I mean, that's a lot of content that's starting to come out. I've also been putting out all the individual plays from my book into webinars as well. So much good stuff behind the paywall for y'all to want to come in. So we'll get how to contact Dr. V. Hey, you want to just verbally share at least your gram and that kind of stuff, so people can either DM you, and then we'll work on actually getting a link to your website, but you're welcome to say it, obviously.
Oh, they can contact me at vanessa@bearabletraders.com.
Well, that was easy. I can even remember that one.
Thank you. So are you ready for some meditation? So 5-minute session today about becoming resilient in trading. Okay, and don't forget to send your topics to Thor of what you would like us to talk about next week. I'm sorry that I didn't address all the questions in the chat. I mean, I was doing my best, but it's also sometimes difficult to talk about everything. But I really hope this session was helpful for you guys. And like I said, do not hesitate to share what you would like to address next time. So thank you so much for being here with us today. When you're ready, I want you to find a comfortable seating position and turn off your notifications. Like, take some time for you today. to work on your brain, to work on becoming more aware, more conscious. When you're ready, you can close your eyes and gently bring your attention to your breath. Inhale through the nose, slowly for 4 seconds. Block for 2 seconds, just hold, and then let go for about 6 seconds. One more time. We inhale for about 4 seconds, slowly. We hold for 2 seconds. And we let go for about 6 seconds. Every time you're breathing in, try to think like you're breathing, taking what you need. And every time you exhale, you just let go of everything you don't longer need. Now feel the breath move through your body, anchoring you in the present moment, just your normal breathing. The breath is your anchor to come back in the here and now anytime you need it. With each breath, you allow tension to melt away from your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. There is nothing to do right now. Just breathe. And remind yourself that sometime meditation will be difficult. Some other time it will be easier. Sometimes the body is restless. Sometimes the mind is too restless. But that's okay. There is no bad practice. The bad practice is the practice that you didn't do. Accept what it is and just let it go. There is no performance there. Just being present to what is here. As you continue to breathe, silently repeat to yourself, I am present. I am grounded. I am aware. Let this moment be a pause, a reset from the charts, the pressure, the outcome. Now bring your mind to a recent trade that didn't go your way. Notice any tightness or discomfort as you recall it. And just breathe into that space. Where do you feel the emotions in your body? How discomfort feels for you? Just observe. Silently say to yourself, I can handle discomfort. I learn through every experience. I can handle this. It is okay. I am safe. Trading is uncertain by nature. And resilience is choosing to show up anyway, again and again. Feel that steady part of you. The one that doesn't depend on a green or red day to know your worth. And now repeat. I am resilient. I adapt. I grow. Let these words settle inside of you, in your body, in every cell of your body. And now bring slowly your attention back to the external world, to your breath, to your body. Start to wiggle your toes, your fingers, stretch a little bit, and carry this grounded presence every day, okay? And know that you can connect back to it anytime you want it through breathing. Thank you so much.
Ah, man, what an awesome experience that always is to do those meditation sessions with you. I hope you all really enjoyed this session this time with Dr. V. We really look forward to doing this again with y'all in the future. Keep tuned in, and we will see you soon. Much love out there, Bearable Traders. Keep it green, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.